Well, hello, good evening, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone watching at home. Well, it's the Achilles Shield preseason. I like that. It's an exhibition game. It's the SA Stars versus a team of, well, all-stars, import players as well from the CMAX Premier League, coming to you from magnificent Garnerland, Adelaide Plains, West Beach in South Australia. It's an exhibition game tonight, so let's have a little bit of fun here. James Harris and alongside me, Lee Hull. We'll speak to the big man coming up soon as well, Anthony Weatherstone. Good evening, Lee.
Good evening, James, and good evening, everyone. It's a typical West Beach night, isn't it? 8 o'clock start, cold breeze. Cool breeze blowing off the sea, which is close to us. I'll go around the diamond
Magnificent
shortly.
night, yeah. I'll get you to go around the diamond in a minute. Little bit of a sun delay, but I think we're good to go. Yeah, we're getting the nod from plate umpire Brett Tyler. Yeah, Lee, you'll take us around the diamond, but let me just start out the broadcast just by saying Stars versus Stars and Stripes. We went with the Stars and Stripes as the away team because we've got half a dozen American imports playing in the CMAX Premier League this season. Jade Peterson throws down the first pitch to the Stars and Stripes lead off Jess Golden, who's playing for Port Adelaide.
Oh, she can play, James, can't she? This girl.
Absolutely can. Yeah, so Jess Golden leading off and takes that one high. And they're playing against the reigning Achilles Shield champions, the 2022 national champions, the SA Stars. So you'll see some familiar names there. You'll see some new names from last year, but also some returning players from the Stars as well. So our first look at the Stars since the Achilles Shield, Lee.
Yep, it just seems like the other day when it happened here, it happened in May, wasn't it, I believe? The month of May. Happy month of May.
Golden gets a piece of this, puts it out to the right side. Hood's at right field for the Stars, and Shield's close to the line, and Golden aggressively around the bases, stands up at 2, so a lead-off double to the Stars and Stripes lead.
Powerful hitter, isn't she? A powerful girl. You watch when she's catching, as she will be this evening, the way she throws the ball back to her pitcher. It is going like a rocket.
Well, we'll hear from some of the American players in the Stars and Stripes team. Here's a local player who's in the US college system at the moment, Maddie Scott.
And didn't she play well in the 23s, James? Super player in the 23s.
Yeah.
Remember her 2.5 years ago, I think, since she played here, she was just doing little slap shots. Now she's got power with it. Well, matured.
We said it at the 23s, didn't we? She went away a great player. She's come back unbelievably good.
She certainly has, and she's playing at shortstop, which I think is her best position, actually.
On the move this time round, she can hit for power from the left side as well.
Yeah.
Swings and misses at that one to even the count. So the first one, just getting away from catcher Belinda White. Jess Golden moves across to second. We will get you to go around the diamond in between batters as she pushes this one to the left side. Sarah Tonkin gets over her head, races to the fence into Dead Man Alley. All Stars are up a run already as Maddie Scott stands up at 3.
We talked about her power, didn't we? Or you talked about it, and I concur with that. We've just seen a demonstration of it. Maddie, terrific shot.
Well, she almost placed that one to perfection over the head of Sarah Tonkin, the left field hero from the 2022 Achilles Shield final.
Those 2 catches she took in the finals stick with me forever, mate. But that ball just tailed away, didn't it?
1-0 ball game brings Alicia Peters to the plate. She's having an unbelievable season at Walkerville, isn't she? Yeah. And it really helping them being a force back in the competition after, you know, maybe a couple of rough seasons, the last 2. But let's talk Alicia. She's one of the players that helped put this together, and you know, I'm privy to some of the conversations that the team was having in the lead up, and she's actually going to join us in commentary for the Achilles Shield.
Achilles, that'll be exciting too. We've had her on once before. She was very impressive.
Trying to get her to do a couple more games than just the one that she said she'd help us with. But
she not only plays A grade for Walkerville for the Premier, but she coaches the B grade team. So putting a lot into it.
She said to me, are we going to train? or you're going to expect us just to lob up and play. And she wanted the team to train. They're taking it serious. It might be an exhibition game, but the competitive nature of this team, they're here to win.
As soon as the umpire calls play ball, that's when they all tune in, don't they?
No friends out there, Lee.
No.
Speaking of friends, where's our friend?
Oh, he's probably serving.
Well,
I
it's
think.
American night at Bar 66 and the Red Stars Cafe. So he's serving hot dogs and American beers. So well, hopefully he brings one out for us.
Well, hot dog, I probably could handle that. I'm not sure about the American beer. Peters,
risky against Peterson, who, for those who watch us regularly, knows that there's not a season that goes by that Jade Peterson's not up in the top couple in strikeouts in the
certainly.
season. Strikeout pitcher, Jade Peterson. Fouls this one off. Peters versus Peterson.
Umpires for this game, Brett Tyler on plate, first base Peter Fairley, and at third base it's Acacia Van Marley.
The future of South Australian umpiring right here.
Certainly is.
Getting the nod from Meredith Goodman, who's colouring in the circles for us tonight. So Peterson and White, good friends, and a rare walk. Probably, Lee, not a bad move, noting that runner in scoring position for the power hitter in Peters.
Yep.
Well, it brings up Becky Havas, who is having a breakout season in the Premier League, isn't she, Lee?
She certainly is.
Just recently came back from the Joyce Lister Shield, where South Australia made the final for the first time in our history.
Yep.
Got beaten by better team on the day, didn't we? Queensland were very impressive.
You know, a little play you can do here is to squeeze, not to squeeze the runner home, squeeze the runner the second, because the field will pick the ball up thinking the runner's coming home.
Swing and a miss to protect that runner, and the tag made by Taylor Chillingworth at shortstop, not in time. So let's have a look at the replay, and we'll see Belinda White coming up firing. A timeout called with runners at 2 and 3. Here's a look at the replay. Throw goes over. She was careful with the throw. Chillingworth set up early. It was pretty close. Safe call by the umpire. We haven't gone around the diamond yet, Lee. There's been plenty of action. Havas fouls this one off and goes behind in the count 0-2.
Around the diamond, Jade Peterson to Belinda White. Pippa Adkins at first. Jordan Harris at second. Lana Kaiser at third. In the hole at shortstop, Taylor Chillingworth. Outfield left to right, Sarah Tonkin, Abby Jorgensen and Amber Hood.
Full bench as well, Steph Trzynski, Grauer, Sophie Roberts, Haley Benathan, Chelsea Robinson, Neva Adams. Just missing the one, Georgia Hood. We won't see her tonight. I spoke with Coach Bill Benedictson before, and he said he's hiding Georgia for any of the interstate teams that aren't here. No, I'm joking. I made that one up.
Did you?
Yeah, hello to Georgia. I'm sure she's watching. Strikeout swinging for the first out. And you're not going to keep Peterson down for long, are you? She gave up a couple of hits and a base on balls, 5 straight back with a strikeout.
This is the DP, Carissa McBurney.
Outside edge for a called strike. Wasn't Maddie Scott's wheels around the bases impressive? Yeah. I looked down and I'm like, oh, yeah, she's at third. Blink of an eye, they're up 1-0, a double and a triple. Good cut from McBurney. Don't the tops look good as well from MC Sports, where we might call the replays the MC replays, I think, tonight. Yep. Fantastic job with the red, white and blue, the stars and stripes.
Very impressive, aren't they, the uniforms?
And I'm not shy in commenting on the uniforms. Strikeout, so back-to-back Ks for Peterson, and there's 2 out, so that threat comes down to Katie Press. Now, Katie was the one that came up with the name, Stars and Stripes. I was saying Stars versus Stripes, and she said, no, start calling the Stars and Stripes. So MC Sportswear helped us with the logo. So did Kelsey Nucky, actually. Thanks to Kelsey. She's here tonight. Former softball SA staff member, now volunteer, giving back to the sport.
Very good to see, isn't it?
So Katie Press, who's playing for Glenelg this season, turned up to a training, said, I've just moved to Australia. Would you mind if I played? Nat Brinkworth, thanks a lot. We'll take you.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, this girl won't go down looking. Katie Press, she'll be swinging.
And she does here, fouling it off and levels the count at 1-1. There's 1 out. Sorry, 2 out. There's 2 on. It's the top of the first, and the Stars and Stripes are up 1-0.
And two in scoring position too, so you can't afford to go down looking here.
Massive crowd. We'll hopefully get a view of the crowd in a moment. But
her first thought was right then, Katie, wasn't it? She was going to go, and then thought, no, I won't.
There's Maddie Scott on third. Future Stars player right there, don't you reckon?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Pressed off the base. It's in. Peters turns third and scores. Press with 2 RBIs and a single, and the Stars and Stripes go up 3-0 in the top of the first. Well, this was never going to be a 1 or 2 run game, was it, Lee? It was always going to be a shootout. We've got some of the best batters from the Premier League playing, and isn't the C-Max Premier League more impressive this year than ever before?
Certainly is, and a lot of that's due to the Americans that have come in, because they can all hit.
I was talking with the Western Australian assistant coach, Josh Kavanagh, the other day, and he loves the Americans. He brought some Americans over himself from Auburn for his own club in Western Australia, and he says how much it doesn't just bring up the team, but the club, because they're coaching the juniors, they're giving back to the sport. They're here for a reason, for softball, right? And the experience that they give back, and now they're playing for the WA Flames. So we'll see a couple of Americans in the WA team out of Auburn University. Big softball school, that one.
This is Bree Lint.
Speaking of Americans from college, Bree Lint had a big college career over playing for the Seacombe Tigers, the Dental for Schools Seacombe Tigers, as she watches that one for a ball. A close one to leave as well on a 1-2 count. Do you think Press will go here on this pitch? She looks poised and ready to go. She gets a big lead off, and Belinda White sees that she's ready to go, dives back safely. Oh, the excitement, Lee. You know, it's the last broadcast of 2022. We spoke to David before the game about that. It's been a massive year for Spacequake Sports, but
certainly has.
Gillies Shield just around the corner as Lint fouls that one off, and back to 6 teams this year. It's action starts 10 a.m. sharp on Tuesday, the 2nd of January. Spacequake Sports are helping support the broadcast. We're doing all 30 games and then all 4 finals, Lee.
Be fantastic, mate.
Lint fouls this one off, and I'm just so grateful to all the states for getting behind the broadcast as well. We're going to do I shouldn't give it away. We're going to do a promo as long as all the states agree to doing it. You know, we'll get some of the big names from each of the states to help support the promotion of it. Cannot wait. Lint gets a bit of this one. It fouls and nearly nearly hits Hank Farrell over there in foul territory. I can see the Farrells from here. Chops and Leah and Hank. Just dropping the big names here on Spacequake. So it's only the big names here. Strikeout, so 3 strikeouts from Peterson. She gave up 3 hits as well. And the Stars and Stripes will lead 3-0 going into the bottom of the first. And gee, that stand looks good, doesn't it? Plenty of people. There's the Barrett Reserve in the background. Magnificent Ghana land. The residents of West Beach will be happy that their houses are on TV too. Don't worry, I'll hear about that one later. And our magnificent Premier Diamond, Diamond 1 here at West Beach Parks, and looks a treat. Ben and Matt were out there with the rakes again today, and magnificent. Cannot wait for Gilly Shield, Lee, and well, you'd never shut me up talking about it, so why don't you take us around the diamond?
I certainly will. All right, pitching for the Stars and Stripes, it's Christine Kistner to Jess Golden.
Noah, as they call her.
Yeah.
Christine Kistner.
I wasn't on that boat, by the way. Becky Havers is at first, Katie Prest at second, Alicia Peters at third, Maddie Scott is at shortstop, left field's Bree Lint, centre field's Georgia King, and Sasha Penglazers at right.
And they've got a couple of benches as well. Ruby Fidge, Abby Kennedy, and Kristen McBurney. Did you mention that? Is the DP?
Yeah,
so,
Christy. I did mention that when she was batting, so.
Had a few others as well. We saw that Danny Toshi has gone back to the States, so we wish her all the best with her travels back home. And another one of the Stars reserves was unavailable tonight in Steph Collett, a national champion, of course, in May earlier this year. Well, here she is, Noah, Christine Kistner, facing this lady. You might have to introduce me later. Jordan Harris up to bat for the Stars. Shapes and shows bunt. It was there for
I haven't seen the running bunt from Jordan yet this season. I'm sure I will, though.
She had a couple of safe running bunts so far this season. Looking
well, we probably weren't doing
Premier
the
League
game.
stats. Yeah.
We weren't doing the game. There's a good pitch, wasn't it?
Yep, swing and a miss on that one, low and outside, and gets behind the count 0-2 now. West Torrens have only played 2 games in December so far, so Harris looking to see a few pitches here, and that one's there for a 1-2-3 strikeout for Harris, bringing up teammate at West Torrens, Amber Hood. And great start from Christine Kistner, or Noah. I think we'll just call it Kistner. What do you say about that?
I think it's easy enough. How was your Christmas? First time as a father, first time for Jordan as a mother with little Maeve?
Well, she was so much fun. She's got a few aunties and an uncle and cousins and grandparents that all got a turn with her. She was so much fun. She was lots of smiles, and she'll be in bed now. Otherwise, I'd say hello. Amber Hood. Seen a couple of pitches already, 1-1 count, and Kistner looks like she's in a bit of a groove at the moment.
Yeah, she is.
Low for a ball, and Amber Hood seen lots of pitches this year in the CMAX Premier League, hasn't she? I think she leads the league in walks.
No surprise. She's just such a good judge of a ball and a strike. First thing you think about when you're pitching against the Stars, keep the ball down. And that's what Christine's doing, or attempting to do here.
High for a ball. So strikeout for the lead off and a walk for hitter number 2. And Belle White comes to the plate, hitting 3 for the Stars with a runner on. You don't like seeing Belle White come to the plate as an opposition player or coach, but you definitely don't want to see her come to the plate when there's a runner on. It's only an exhibition game, Lee, so I don't think we'll see anyone intentionally walked tonight, but
No.
she's probably one of the top candidates in the Stars team to be intentionally walked during the week of the Gilly Shield, I'd say. Georgia Hood would be another.
Yep.
Massive threats all through the lineup for the SA Stars.
With batters like White, you need to mix it up, don't you, as a pitcher?
Goes opposite field. Out at right field, Sasha Penglace, who the Breezes probably played some tricks on her there as Amber Hood was waiting back at first, dives in head first and is safe at second. So a single.
Yeah, the wind got hold of that ball, didn't it?
Yeah, she pushed back for her first couple of steps. So we can see it here on the MC replay.
There it goes. And then found herself short because the wind made the ball drop in the last bit. It's tricky out there. Fluky sort of breeze. Here's the girl that battered the lights out in the Stars in May, isn't it? Lana Kaiser probably hit the ball as well as I've seen her hit it.
Kaiser at 4. As you mentioned, Lee, just was an icon for the Stars during the Gillies campaign earlier in the year, and just seems to take it up a notch when she's wearing her representative uniform, doesn't she?
Yep. Interesting there, the pitch before that, the pivots went to first and third respectively, left Amber with plenty of room. Just was rather interesting then.
Fouls another one off. Well, not sure how busy it is at bar 66
I think
in the Red Stars
flat
Cafe.
strap.
Yeah, otherwise we'd have the great man with us.
He'll be here.
White at first, Hood at second. Chops this one.
It was a good pitch. See the spin on that ball when it came to us.
We say only the big names for the Spacequake broadcasts. Opening night, Lee, how's this for a big name? The Sporting Minister of South Australia, Katrine Hilliard, is going to throw the first pitch.
Oh, that'll be fantastic.
8 p.m.
I've seen her on the TV a bit lately with all the sporting events like Bay Sheffield and all that.
Well, she loves the softball, and the softball girls as well at the recent SA Sports Awards, where the Stars won the best team or the team of the year for 2022 after winning the 2022 National Championship. She went over, she got photos with them, she took the time out to get to know him. Kaiser gets a piece of this one. It goes out to centre field. Georgia King is there, one of our under-18 Stars, played under 23s as well, playing centre field tonight. There's Kaiser. Not able to advance the runners, but she got a good piece of it, Lee.
Yep.
Lee, that's the first out in the field of play. Can you believe it, for the game? Yeah, she promised the Stars that she'll be here, and good to her word. She's already replied back to say she will be, and the Stars said you have to throw the first pitch, so she's also agreed to that as well.
Oh, that'll be fantastic.
She's such a wonderful person.
Well, she's a genuine person.
And, you know, not that I pick sides for political parties or whatever, but she's much better than the previous sports minister. I'll just leave it at that. As Yo Grauer comes to the plate, wasn't she magnificent during the Gillies Shield as well? She's a superstar for Port Adelaide.
Outstanding.
Well. Huge 2022 for Yo Grauer. Port Adelaide Premiership. Stars Gillies Shield win. Applying for residency as we speak as well.
The power of Grauer.
Power of Grauer.
She has got some, hasn't she?
I've noticed that throwback from Golden, by the way.
I know.
Gee, she doesn't hold back, does she?
That's why I mentioned it to you. That's the thing that impressed me. She just rifles her back.
Do you reckon that comes from someone stealing on your one throw? But all it takes is one throw.
Yeah.
Ground ball, the runners are on the go. Peters is impressive at 3, fires it across to Havis for the third out. So the Stars fail to score their 2 runners with a single and a walk Let's have a look at the MC replay. Inside, she was out there for it though, wasn't she? And you know, that could easily go in the 5-6 gap as well. But well done from Peters. She's sharp at 3.
Yeah, that's how she plays the game for Walkerville in the Premier League. She's quickly into the game, you know, gets those balls. And it looked like going between the two players at third and shortstop. It didn't. Saved some runs.
Just trying to get the attention of one of our American friends who first to join us, and from the Seacombe Softball Club, it's Bree Lint who's coming to join us on the microphone. Just get you to point that straight at your mouth. Perfect. Looks like you've done it before. Hi, Bree.
Good.
Is that what people call you? They call you Bree?
Yeah, Bree's good.
Bree's good. And Bree playing for the Stars and Stripes team. You know, was it something that you expect to be doing when you signed up to come and play for the Seacombe Tigers?
No, not really. Kind of a cool little add-in to the coming over to Australia and playing though. So
and
definitely
were you
a fun game.
Aware of any of the other Americans that were already here, or?
Nope. Didn't know any of the other ones, so just meeting them here.
And we'll just call the action just in between pitches as well. As Georgia King's up to bat for us at the moment, and playing for Seacombe Tigers as well. So you know, you're getting there. It seems like you've ground ball to 2. Harris gets the throw over to Atkins for the first out. Looks like you've helped solidify the team a little bit there as well. You know, had a couple of big losses, but you know, also been in a couple of tight ones as well.
Yeah. Just kind of keep working. Young team getting back in it. So kind of all those close games, just a lot of learning experiences along the way. Trying to help them through it the much I can, kind of behind the plate back there.
Now tell us, your college back home?
Yeah, so I went to Rollins College.
Penglace pops this one up, and Chillingworth beats Harris to the ball, and both of them fully stretched for a quick 1-2 out.
Yeah, so went to Rollins College, graduated a couple years ago. So, but down in like Orlando, Florida.
Perfect. It's a big softball state in Florida, and we're having a look at the MC replay. There's Chillingworth behind the base taking a good catch, and she'll be off to San Jose. Taylor Chillingworth, she's signed and committed. One of our other players, Neve Adams, just announced today that she's off to Odessa. Back to the top of the order, and Jess Golden, and got some folks watching back home as well. Yeah,
probably parents watching. I'm sure my dad definitely kind of giving a look at the game. So send him the link. I'm sure he's up watching.
She lays down a running bunt as Kaiser and Peterson go to raffle it, and both players decided who was going to get it, and it was Kaiser. And here's a look at the MC replay of Jess Golden with her second hit of the ball game. So you want to say hi to anyone back home, your folks maybe? We've only got you for a minute, so we'll give you the opportunity.
Good. Parents are good. Watching, brother maybe peek in for an at-bat or so and then check out, but yeah.
Abby Kennedy coming in as the pinch hitter as Maddie Scott comes to the plate. And what's the message for your American softball friends back home, you know, that may have finished their college career? Is it, you know, come down to Australia, there's ball to be played?
For sure. I mean, if you want to keep playing, there's a club somewhere in the world that's definitely going to want an American to kind of keep the softball going. So always somewhere to play if you want.
Then we were just mentioning before that when Western Australia come for the Gilly Shield, they've got a couple of Americans out of Auburn that they're going to be playing, so big softball school.
Yeah.
Maddie Scott puts this one down, and Chillingworth's going to be quick because Maddie Scott is, and she beats that out. So 2 infield singles for the Stars and Stripes. Let's have a look at the Eastern MC replay. Pretty impressive with some of the talent that we've got in the C-Max Premier League, and then you just add in Maddie Scott, who's off to Kentucky, East Kentucky? Kentucky.
Something like that, I think.
She's
Kentucky.
Yeah, so she was at Odessa, now
Kentucky.
she's going to Kentucky this year as Alicia Peters. So because there's no real leagues in the States once you finish college, right?
There's a little bit, like there's a small little pro league, but nothing like here in Australia to where like you can kind of keep playing as you get older. Nothing like keep playing competitive fast pitch kind of back in the States after college.
And Lee, haven't we seen some magnificent athletes?
We
come and
certainly
play
have,
here?
and they keep coming, James, and we
Monica
love
Perry
it. Yeah.
would have to be one of the bigger names. She was out of Florida State.
Yeah.
Right, you could list them off, Lee, if you really wanted to, but we don't have all night. So, yeah, great to see so many Americans back because we've been missing you, that's for sure, in this league over the last couple of years with COVID, etc. But, yeah, Bree, we really hope you're enjoying your time in Australia. At least the weather's starting to warm up a little bit.
Yes, it's been nice. It's been awesome so far.
And you get to keep the top as a bit of a memento. You take that home with you, or
Yeah, absolutely. Keep it with my other
Awesome.
kind of old memento jerseys.
And yeah, well, if you want to, we'll have you back on the commentary during the Gillies Shield. We're broadcasting all 30 games plus the 4 finals. So if you're interested, just hit me up, all right? And
All right.
we'll get you back on the mic. But
Absolutely.
thanks for coming in. Like I
you.
said, we'll keep it short and sweet. Bree Lint joining us from the Stars and Stripes.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Well, Lee, how about that, huh?
Yep.
Only the best talent, as we say, on the mics here on Spacequake Sports. And Bree Lint, terrific young lady.
We're so lucky, aren't we,
Absolutely.
to have them here?
Well, hopefully we'll be able to speak to another member of the Stars and Stripes soon as we see Alicia Peters with 2 runners on. She just
Whoa.
smashes this one in the alley, going all the way to the fence, straight to the Spacequake Sports sign. It's going to score Abby Kennedy. Here comes Maddie Scott. She's quick around the bases. Another 2-run score. And the Stars and Stripes, Lee, like I said, have come to play tonight.
That was the hardest hit shot so far. Gee, that was travelling.
Line drive all the way out to centre right. Abby Jorgensen does the fielding. Let's look at her swing on the MC replay. There's Abby Kennedy. She scores. So here's Becky Havas. Strike swinging. Sounds like she's got a bit of a fan base here tonight, Lee.
Six safe hits already for the Stars and Stripes. That's a lot.
And 5 of them coming from the top 3 batters as Peterson throws a change up that just buckles the knees of Havas, and she gets behind the count 0-2. Goes up the handle a little bit. Swing and a miss for the 3rd out. So Havas leaves a runner in scoring position for her 2nd strikeout of the night, and is the 3rd out of the inning, but not before 2-run score with 2 out, Lee, as well. It was Georgia King went down 4-3. Sasha Penglace was caught with a great catch from South. Sasha Penglace was caught by Taylor Chillingworth.
Yep.
And then Jess Golden infield single, Maddie Scott infield single, Alicia Peters line drive to deep centre field for 2 RBIs, and there they are, the Stars and Stripes. Already an impressive 5-run to 0 lead.
Terrific team batting collectively as a unit, hasn't it been? That was a great shot from Alicia. By gee, that was going. I think the wind is coming into our faces here, and so that negated it going over the fence, I would have thought, because with no breeze.
Yeah, a little bit of a breeze tonight,
Yeah,
and maybe our next guest might be able to mention the breeze as well. We've got the DP for the Stars and Stripes team, Carissa McBurney. Hello, Carissa.
Hello.
Welcome to the mic. Great to have you.
Nice to be here.
And we're just mentioning to Bree before, who's gone back out to left field, what does it mean for you to wear this Stars and Stripes top?
It's awesome. It's awesome to be able to wear this uniform, especially like since I'm not in the U.S. It's awesome to represent the U.S. in a different country.
And because you've come over here, you probably had no idea of the softball competition that we have, and then all of a sudden you're playing C-Match Premier League with Spacequake Sports. It's live streaming back home as well, so your folks can watch as well. And any of your college teammates watching as Chillingworth gets a long shot of this ball. It goes all the way to the fence. Bree Lint has to change directions as Taylor Chillingworth stands up at 2. It's a double. And just what the Stars needed to start things off here in the bottom of the second. Let's have a look at the MC replay, Lee.
Yep. One bounce, like a half volley to the fence, wasn't it, really? It was a good shot into the wind.
Signed with San Jose, played 23s. Now she's here to defend her 2022 National Championship title. So we're talking college as well. Tell us what college you were from first and foremost as Pippa Atkins comes up.
I went to AIB College of Business, and then I transferred to Dordt College. I mostly pitched at my first school, and I was a utility at my second.
Well, you swing a heavy bat in the CMAX Premier League for your Glenelg Rebels, and sort of become a family sort of affair at Glenelg. They really take in their players, don't they? They really look after them.
Yeah, they really do. They make you feel like part of the family real quick.
And you've slotted in nicely, and you've got an American partner in crime there in Katie Press at the club.
Yeah, we do. We got some craziness that happens.
Pippa Atkins, a hard hit back to Kistner, ricochets off the glove, and Maddie Scott had to stop, change directions, and back. And Pippa Atkins, well, that's a single for mine. Single back to the pitcher, maybe even to shortstop. Lee?
Yeah, that's how I've done it. Single to the shortstop.
As Taylor Chillingworth advances and evades the ball, so as the Stars and Stripes has a quick timeout, well, let's talk about that. The Stars and Stripes, you put it to me, didn't you? You said, well, let's train. Let's not just turn up on the night. Let's make this competitive. So you're out to win tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, we not only wanted to have fun, but we wanted to actually make it a challenge. We didn't want it to feel like practice. We wanted to have it feel like an actual game.
Abby Jorgensen for the Stars. She's a rookie in the team this year. Has put together a couple of impressive Premier League seasons for the Hills Heat. Good junior career with their SA state teams, and then went across to the Canada Cup earlier this year. So talent of the future in the box at the moment. Coming up against Kistner as Pippa Atkins delays steal. She'll go over there unopposed to 2, so 2 runners in scoring position. And well, let's talk about your time here, Carissa. Glenelg sort of in it, then a couple of games you sort of drop away, then you're straight back in it again. Is that something that you've been talking about at the club, that you're going to make a big push for the second half of the season?
Yeah, we've been working hard. We're looking forward to starting up games again, wanting to make more of a challenge for our opponents as well.
Well, you can definitely help shape the finals, that's for sure. I don't think you're out of it either. So, you go on a bit of a roll, win a few in a row, and you'll be right back into contention. And, that battle for the 4th and final position in the CMAX Premier League is definitely up for grabs, as Abby Jorgensen is base on ball. So loaded bases, Lee, 6, 7 and 8. All
Threatening again, the Stars and Stripes. These Americans, they'll grab you.
Oh, yeah. And Sarah Tonkin's now up to bat. So hitting 9 for the Stars, but normally lead off for the Sturt Falcons. Now, we've only got you for a short time because you're next up to bat for the Stars and Stripes, playing in the DP position. You're going to come back onto the field?
Possibly. We'll see how everything plays out.
Okay, all right. We won't give away too many of the Stars and Stripes secrets, and give us a. We occasionally will allow a shout out here, and because it's an exhibition game, we'll break all the rules. So, do you want to say hi to anyone watching back home?
Yeah. So my family will be watching at home in Lamoni and Kansas and Ohio, possibly some teammates. So, hi everyone.
And a pleasure to have you on the mic as Tonkin puts this one up and Becky Havas gets under it to take the catch. Chillingworth didn't really get a chance to have a look at home for a sacrifice fly, so we'll go back to the top of the order. And look, thanks for joining us. Would love to have you back on the mic. There's Gilly Shield coming up, all 30 games being broadcast. Everyone at home's going to get sick of me saying that, but yeah, thanks again, Carissa. Really appreciate your time.
No worries, thank you.
Well, all the best to Carissa for the rest of the game for the Stars and Stripes, and of course the rest of the season with the Glenelg Rebels.
Yep.
Okay, so let me catch up. Lead there. So 1 out. That was a foul fly to Havas at first for the first out. And we got loaded bases with
now
a double, single, and a walk. Yep,
top of the lineup.
Back to the top.
Here's their chance.
Just off the end of the bat, and it's a force at home. Slides in safely. Chillingworth. Well, Harris just off the end of the bat made Kistner work for it. She had the right idea to scoop it with the glove, but had to do a double take. So perhaps on the first one it might have got the out, but safely home Chillingworth for the Stars' first run, Lee.
Yep, and I think there's more there to be taken.
Fielder's choice. RBI for Harris.
Yeah, probably.
Amber Hood now to the plate. She had a walk her first time up. That's Noah or Christine Kistner that was on the screen, and still 40 minutes into the game, Lee, and I've heard that the line for hot dogs is down the road and around the corner. That's why we haven't seen Anthony.
Yeah, well, I told you he was busy. That's obviously the reason.
Jessie Dresswick. I told you a couple of the American names wouldn't go astray. How good was she? She played for the Stars as well.
What about the hyphenator, Katie Sutherland Finch?
18 strikeouts against 18 batters.
I was calling that game with Eric. I couldn't believe
Kathy.
it. Hey?
And Kathy.
Yeah, I couldn't believe I was seeing it.
Vicky McFarlane.
Vicky McFarlane. I couldn't think of Vicky's surname then for a moment. Hi to all those out there, the hyphenator, if you're
well, they
watching
still all
somewhere.
watch, Lee. You know that, don't you? Yeah. They still all watch, and because they love their time here. So, you know, if you're watching back in the States, even from interstate, come and play in the Premier League. We love having guests and visitors over here in South Australia. Obviously, the best weather in Australia, as well as the best Premier League competition.
We'll certainly make you welcome. Believe me, that will happen.
5-1, Stars and Stripes lead.
This is going to change. This can change quickly, though.
Hood fouls this one off. We'll have to make Amber and Georgia put initials on their name. Remember when the War brothers were playing cricket and they had to put their first initial on their shirt? Yeah. This is A Hood. G Hood will be in the Stars uniform next week.
Be fantastic.
You know, you should never have favourites, but Amber and Georgia might be my favourite too.
Okay. Well, you haven't asked me who my favourite players are.
You can tell me, Lee.
No, I'm not telling you.
We've got one of those relationships where we can talk amongst friends and.
Oh, that's good catching.
Another base on balls for Amber Hood.
Brings in a run.
Is an RBI as well. So the Stars have gone double, single, walk. Then there was a the foul fly for the first out, and then fielder's choice and a base on balls, both with RBIs. You don't often see that, do you?
No, you don't. You don't.
So 2 runs have plated for the Stars, and the Stars and Stripes call a timeout. I told you they're taking it seriously, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
We saw New South Wales and ACT recently had a series against the New Zealand White Sox, so the national team there from New Zealand. So in their Gillies Shield preparations and warm-ups, and so we decided that we'll have a game against the Stars and Stripes. The Americans playing in the CMAX Premier League this season, and haven't they got off to a brilliant start? 5-2, leading the way. This is a 7-inning game tonight, so plenty of action. So sit back, enjoy the evening. Oh, check swing from Belinda White. You don't often see that as Jorgensen is forced out at home. Belinda White runs it out. She's a little frustrated in herself and a wry smile. There'll be a catcher speed up. Let's have a look at the MC replay. And Kistner nearly went to first because this took her in the direction of first, and Belinda White only a half swing, changed her mind and played home, got the force out. So a great play defensively there from the Stars and Stripes. Lana Kaiser, still loaded bases here for the Stars. Stars getting a couple back. Trail by 3.
2 out. 2 out.
There is 2 out. From 7, this is the 8th batter of the inning.
Good time for Lana to get a hit here. I'm predicting a hit here. Hard shot.
Well, she gets a piece of it. That's slightly under it. Katie presses at 2. Becky Havas is at 1. They both get there, and it was Havas's height in the end that completes the play for a fly 3.
Height is 1. She's just a little bit taller than Katie Prest. Becky.
Or 2 on the board for the Stars, and they open their account in the Stars and Stripes versus Stars matchup. Here's a look at the MC replay.
And we completed 2 innings.
2 innings completed. It's only taken 45 minutes, Lee. Slight delay early in the night, but gee, this is the best time of year, isn't it? The summer period, probably from mid-December to mid-January, is when the sun stays out the longest. It probably final sunsets about 9 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, days always seem longer, don't they? Like sunlight, that is.
And the City of Sunsets is on display again. You can see over the ocean. I can see some purple and orange and over the sea, which is, we're starting to get a bit of a sea breeze as well. Anyway, there is a change for the SA Stars. Yo Grower will get our first look at the Riverland. Well, what are you going to nickname her?
Rocket, perhaps?
The Riverland Rocket. We've got the Riverland Roadrunner in Gemma Letton. Now we've got the Riverland Rocket in Yo Grower.
Here comes here comes the...
And just while I can, to everyone who's watching in the Riverland at the moment, our thoughts are with you. We know that the flood waters are at one of their highest levels in a long time, but everyone watching from the Riverland, thoughts are with you, and we can't wait to get there for Junior State Championships in March this year. Well, I've got 2 amazing talents joining us, and they both get a seat. You don't have to stand up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've got Alicia Peters and Jess Golden joining us. They're a double act, actually. They don't like to do things separately.
We don't.
You're going to join us on the commentary during the Gilly Shield as well, for one of the games. We hope that you can come back for another one as well. But,
yes,
but we'll
for
see,
sure.
right? Well, here's a fellow countryman in Yo Grower. The pitching change has been made. Well, firstly, thanks for joining us on the mic. And secondly, playing for the Stars and Stripes. Got to mean something to you.
Oh, yes, for sure. It's definitely a great opportunity to be out here and then playing against Yo as well, since she's on my club team. So it's nice to see some different pitching out here and not just playing for the same club.
Yeah, it's very fun because I get to play with all the Americans, and that's never going to happen again through our import careers. So me, Jess, and Noah, we've been talking about, like, oh my God, we're going to play together finally. This is going to be so fun.
Exactly.
All right, we'll talk about that in a minute. Now, just so you can practice for the Gilly Shield, I'll get you to do the play-by-play as well. So who's up to bat?
All right, we got Carissa up to bat. She just looks at the first pitch. Not a bad choice because we got a new pitcher in the circle right now.
Yeah, we definitely have been jumping on them early, too, so we're kind of going to slow the thing down a little bit and take our time, relax. We're in a good spot right now.
Well, got out to a 5-run lead, didn't you? And you must have been stoked with that start.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I think we just want to come out here, be aggressive, and just play how we play.
Yeah, show everybody what we're about.
I've mentioned that to Bree and to Carissa, have both joined us on the mic already, that you guys got together and you said you want to train because you don't want to just rock up and go through the motions. You want to be competitive.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're out here and we saw the team. We're like, okay, yeah, I bet we're going to give them a run for their money sort of thing. Like, we're not a joke. We're going to show them, like, we're the imports and we're here.
Yeah, here to play.
And that's a first out for Yo. And now we got Katie up to bat.
Katie also plays for Glenelg with Carissa.
Yes, she has 2 amazing kids, I believe. Beautiful, beautiful family right there.
And she's made the move, just like Yo.
She has made the move, yes. She is an Aussie.
And got to ask the question, like, do you like it so far in Australia? You know, is there a permanent move in the
Permanent
future?
move? Probably. My mom would kill me, probably. So would my dad. So probably not, but I love it so far. I mean, I went to go hit in the morning the other day and then just spent the whole day at the beach. I mean, like, I don't get to do that in Wisconsin, so.
Yeah, I have no complaints out here. It's a really good group of imports that we have. We have a really good friendship connection out here. And I guess to answer your question, I got to ask my German boyfriend first. So.
Well, there is men's softball here as well, and so if he plays himself, as Press fouls this one to the right. So 2 RBIs with her first at bat as well down the left field line to put you up 3-0 in the first.
Yes.
There's our.
Yeah, that was a big hit for her because I know she plays with Jade, so she was all excited to finally get a hit off
That is
her.
Mr. Spacequake Sports on screen right there, David Hamilton, who's wearing the hoodie tonight, the Starz hoodie, and on the camera he's very kindly donated some time and some effort into helping to bring us all 30 games of the Gillies Shield coming up next week as Press fouls this one off as well. Well, let's talk about home. Let's talk about your family. Are they watching at home? Are they...
Yes. Yeah, watching at home. It's about 5 a.m. So hello, Mom, Dad. I'm an only child, so I know they're probably watching.
Yeah, my dad, he's probably sleeping right now, but I know first thing he does is he's going to wake up and watch it. He'll probably make himself a nice big breakfast, nice big American breakfast right there.
Yes, Katie.
Oh, great diving play from Lana Kaiser for the second out.
Yeah, that was a great play.
Good job all around. That was a hard pitch to hit. Katie put a good piece on that, and then Lana just makes a great play right there.
Yeah, and the wind is going crazy tonight, too. There's a lot of good ball players out here, but some of those balls are definitely making us look a little funky.
Here's brilliant. Look, there's 2 out. We've only got you for a minute or so, and I know you've got to get back and to your positions. But what about your colleges? Let's give them a mention as well. Any of your college teammates following your international careers?
Well, technically, I mean, shout out Buffalo from both of us.
Definitely.
So we
Both
started
played there.
yeah. And
So
shout
you were
out.
teammates?
No,
I
she
transferred.
left. Yeah, she left right before I got there. But shout out Buffalo and shout out Green Bay for me.
Shout out Virginia Wesleyan for me. Best college I could ever go to. Shout out Coach Brandon Elliott, my dog.
Are they, you think they'll be watching as
Oh,
well?
they'll definitely watch it back if they're not watching right now.
And what message would you give to them if they get a player come to them and say, you know, I'd love to go over to Australia and play?
I would not be where I am today without him. He's like a second father to me. So definitely trust him with my life. And yeah, just shout out him, man.
Awesome. And would you, if any of your college teammates come to you and say, I want to play in Australia, would you
I've definitely
recommend
had
it?
people already reach out to me and be like, how did you do it? How can I get there? Like, what team do you recommend? So expect more imports.
Yeah,
definitely.
Amazing. We love having the Americans here, and we've put this on for you as well. And at the bar, so it's American night. There's American beers and there's hot
Yes.
dogs as well. So you'll be sticking
What's
around.
an American
yes, for
beer
sure.
to you? What is it?
We had a Budweiser on the table before and a Miller.
Not the Budweiser.
All right. Look, thanks again.
Yes,
it was
of
a
course.
short and
Thank
sweet
you.
chat. So
Yes.
thanks so much to Jess and Alicia.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much for all you guys do.
Shout out, Dad. Thank you for helping me get here.
Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad.
Love that. The American talent here just keeps coming, and we love having them. So if you are a former teammate of Jess or an Alicia and any of the Americans that are playing here tonight, just make sure you reach out to them and tell them that you'd love to do it as well. And great shot from Bree Lint, goes out to the right side, just beats Amber Hood. She was aggressively getting after that one. And another hit to the Stars and Stripes. You're back, Lee.
I'm back.
Good shot from Lynn.
Certainly was.
Made the adjustment, went with the outside pitch and picks herself up a single. We're going to see a pinch runner, and Abby Kennedy is back out again. And Lee, not only Americans, we've seen some Dutch and some Czech players as well. We've seen some Kiwis, and we've even seen a couple of New South Welsh players as well come out and play this
We'll
season.
welcome anybody, James.
Oh, absolutely. We love having you here. So players, coaches, you name it. Men's and women's games as well with umpires and scorers. Come over.
Yeah,
Come
come
over.
over.
We
Join
want to
us.
expand the Softball SA family. Here is Georgia King from the Adelaide Hills. Oh, sorry, the Hills Heat.
Sunset. Look at the sunset.
Told you. Told you. City of Sunsets. Georgia King grounded out the first time round, and now with the runner on one. This is Abby Kennedy on first base, one of our junior talents. Grauer just jams her up again, and Harris will have to be quick. Underhand
And she is.
Over to Sophie Roberts, who came in. Did you pick that one up, Lee?
No.
Change made by the Stars. Sophie Roberts has replaced Pippa Atkins over at first. Did we see Pippa Atkins bat? Yes, we did. She got a single, infield single. Here's the MC replay of Harris flipping it over to Sophie Roberts. So another 4-3 for King in the third out, and the Stars deny the Stars and Stripes. Well, there's a little glimpse of the sunset. You can see the Norfolk Pines there as we overlook the baseball diamond just behind us, Lee. Have a look at that, mate.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I told you there was some orange and yellow and purple and red. And
Keep it on there for a second. I'll take a photo of it because I'm big on sunsets. Thank you, Braden.
It's producer Brandon getting the job done.
Yeah,
You know who's not getting the job done is Anthony Weatherstone. You know what he's doing? That's a very good collection of sunsets. For those that can't see it at home, Lee's showing me all his sunset photos. He's protecting his voice. That's what he's doing. He knows there's a big week of Gilly Shield coming up. So our man Anthony is missing in action at the moment. I hope that it's all going well. We'll be watching because Bar 66, Lee, and the Red Stars Cafe have got 2 TVs going at once. Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that, but I hope the great man Anthony is not getting into those hot dogs.
There's Noah or Christine Kistner, then Yo Grauer on screen just having a chat with Jess Golden. You just heard from Jess. You'll hear from her during the
Dynamic
week.
duo for Port Adelaide Magpies, aren't they? Grauer and Goldner.
Golden even.
Yeah, Golden even.
All right, let's have a look around the diamond. Have we got any changes? Doesn't look like it. They've only got 2 benchies, the Stars and Stripes, as Grauer goes first pitch and reads it well. Sasha Penglace at right field. You know what? I'm going to say it, a little controversial coming from me considering my position, but unlucky not to make the Stars team. She had a great pre-season, stayed on as a reserve, and great catch out there by Sasha Penglace out at right field.
That's the beauty of the game. You miss-hit the ball, you get safe. You line drive it to right field, you get out. You can never tell.
Who led off the second inning with a double. She later scored off an RBI fielder's choice from Harris.
Yep.
It's about that time, isn't it? It's bottom of the third, so we might see a few changes. Sophie Roberts is in the on-deck circle, so
yep.
She fielded last innings. She'll have a look here at her first at-bat next up, so I wonder how many more of the bench we'll see of the Stars tonight. Goes again to left field. It looks deep. Bree Lynn gets under it and takes a catch. Pretty good catch too. Fly to 7 for the second out. So 2 quick outs. Not Pippa Atkins. It's Sophie Roberts now on the MC replay, Lee. She took it in the palm in the end. So good thing first that she got there.
Yep.
Tracked to her left to get to the underneath the ball and took a good catch.
I'm sure we'll see pretty well all the players are here tonight.
Normally a catcher, Bree Lynn, so taking that catch out at left field is probably better than it looked.
Same with Amber Hood. She could play anywhere, Amber, couldn't she?
Absolutely. Here's Sophie Roberts, 2 out, bottom of the third, and the Stars, surprisingly, are chasing 3 high for Roberts.
But they're in the game now with those 2 runs.
Kistner is the Hills heat ace.
Yes.
After sharing the role and responsibility of pitcher for the first, what was it, half a dozen games, I think, Lee?
The thing that impressed me about Christine is that she keeps the ball low. She doesn't seem to throw it up a lot, which
Besides
to good
that
batter.
last pitch, of course.
Yeah.
3-0 for Roberts. So pitching carefully here
Like
to
that.
Roberts as she gets that one that you're talking about, Lee. Hard to hit isn't it, when it's down and away from the right-hander?
Even a man with your skill at hitting home runs would find that hard.
Well, these girls are all at another level to me. Roberts.
2 identical pitches.
Yeah, watches another, but you know, a good count. She's new to the game. She's seen 5 pitches now, Lee, and she's got a challenger, so it'll be around the mark again, you'd think. Low, and Roberts will advance on a base on balls.
Went to the well once too often then, wasn't it? Base on balls, so Sophie will be pleased about that.
Well, we've spoken to 4 of the Americans now, so Katie Press and Kissner are probably the last 2 that'll join us. Looking forward to speaking to Noah. I spoke to Katie Press a fair bit in the lead up to the announcement for this team, and she really helped to motivate me to put this together, because we're wondering what we're going to do for the Stars, because we've done the state team showcase in the past, we've picked an all-star team in the past, and the Stars and Stripes was just something to acknowledge the Americans that have made the trek over this season, although Katie's moved over permanently now. Big swing from Abby Jorgensen, who's back up to the plate. She had a base on balls in the second inning.
I think it's just a reward from us to them for their input, James.
Well, we mentioned it before. They all give back to their... Well, she's automatic. Oh, no, there was 2 out. So good play from Golden to get the tag out on Abby Jorgensen. So a 4-batter inning after giving up a couple of runs, so denying the Stars, and they'll remain 5-2 leaders here, the Stars and Stripes, after 3. Brett Tyler's our plate umpire, just taking a change. Chelsea Robinson comes to the diamond for the first time tonight. She replaces Taylor Chillingworth at shortstop, and Lee, spoiled for talent, aren't we, where we've got the likes of Chillingworth and Robinson rotating out of shortstop. Bell White can play there, of course. Lana Kaiser plays there for West Torrens. Harris and Hood have both played there in the past, and we are getting Katie Press coming to join us here on the microphone, and perhaps for the first time, and hopefully not for the last time, Katie Press, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, it's really weird.
Well, I keep mentioning how you're one of the sparks to motivations to get this team together, and you came up with the name, the Stars and Stripes. I said Stars versus Stripes, and you said no, Stars and Stripes. And what do you think of the tops?
I think they're awesome. They, I couldn't ask for more. I think they're great.
Amazing, and you're doing them proud as well. A couple of RBIs your first at bat, and then you've got. You still got a 3-run lead as well. Just get you to point there. There you go. You're a pro at this, so we don't need to tell you. Here's Sasha Penglace from the Hills Heat. Took a good catch in the last inning to deny Grauer, and we've got Katie Press on the mic. And Katie, we've spoken to all the other Americans that you've got, except for one, Noah. So hopefully she's over next. Getting the nod, yeah, brilliant, yeah, excellent. But I've mentioned the top, what it means to them to be playing for the Stars and Stripes as well.
Yeah, I think it's been a really good thing for all of us to come together, especially because like we don't really know anybody outside of our own teams, and so it's been really good to get to know the other Americans that are down here. And you know, like I moved down here and I don't know anybody, so it was great for me to come out and be able to meet some more people.
Now, you know, we don't like to get personal or personal lives or anything like that, but I noticed the Australian tattoo that you've got on your arm there. What's the...
that's my wedding date.
Oh, lovely. And the map of Australia?
Yeah, so my husband and I have matching tattoos, but his is a fleur-de-lis because we met in Louisiana.
Nice one.
Yeah.
You know about the fleur-de-lis?
No.
The fleur-de-lis?
Oh, I see.
It's French.
That was his attempt at a joke, by the way.
Base on balls for Sasha Penglace. So back home, you've left some family to come here. It must have been a tough decision.
It was. But I mean, obviously, it was a tough decision for Lachlan to have lived in America for as long as he did. So, and
There's our Americans on screen there. I'm sure they'll watch that back and be slightly embarrassed. Nah, they're having fun. Here's Jess Golden. She just calls time out. Now, this is her club pitching teammate that she's facing. So this will be the first time facing Yo, but not the first time she's seen her. Yeah, so that is a big commitment, isn't it, to come around the other side of the world. Here, let's have a look here at Carissa and Noah and Alicia. There they are. Having heaps of fun. You're here to win, though, aren't you?
yeah, for sure. I don't think anybody wants to come out and lose.
And it's exactly what the SA Stars need in their lead up to the Gillies Shield. And tell me, you come to this diamond and you have a look at the right field fence and you see 2022 national champions. You must have thought that there's some talent in this competition before you even played a game.
Definitely. I mean, I've got a teammate on the team. And I've, like I said, I've come out and made friends and have, you know, made these friendships. And I know some of these girls now, and it's definitely full of a bunch of stars.
Amazing. And Glenelg, lucky to have you as well. You just turned up on their doorstep one day and said, I'd love to play. So fantastic for them. And all right, well, let's talk about back home. Family, who's watching tonight?
This morning, because it's, gosh, it's probably 4-something a.m. now.
Golden smashes this foul. Penglaze has been off and running on both of the two pitches so far that Golden's faced.
So yeah, it would be my mom for sure is awake and up and watching, and then I think my Aunt Shelley is also watching. My dad may even have gotten up. I'm not sure.
They can always watch the replay.
Just
later,
look at the
right?
Facebook comments.
Yeah. And what about your college?
I went to Nicholls State. That's where I graduated from. But I also played at Iowa. So shout out to the South and the Midwest.
Amazing. As she goes down swinging, that's a rare strikeout for Jess Golden, Lee.
Yes, it doesn't happen very often, James.
Already 2 hits in this game. And you must have some college friends that following your career playing in Australia, surely. You don't know?
I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a long while. We've all kind of gone on to our own corners of the world and have families, and everybody's just kind of, I mean, I had a friend, you know, play pro ball, but other than that, everybody's just kind of left it behind.
Yeah, right. And what was your college mascot? Because you watch Mike White get interviewed during a game and he hook him with the Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Or Sis Base out at Washington. Go Dogs.
We were the Nicholls State Colonels and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks. Love it. Love it how you get behind your schools over there. It's like it's different, isn't it? Because, I mean, we've got club teams here, which is sort of like a family sort of environment in softball. But, you know, when you're at school, it's like a professional outfit, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. And especially when you get to bigger schools, it's eat, breathe, sleep, your school and your teammates and your club and your, you know, everything that you're there to do. That's your job. You're a student and you're an athlete, and that's it.
Lee, you're over at the States a couple of times. How
Yep.
many, did you see any college games?
No, I didn't. I was too busy trying to buy some cheap leather goods at Tijuana, Mexico. You been there, Katie?
I have not.
You have not? You don't know what you're missing.
The only stamp in my passport is Australia.
Oh, okay.
Wow,
Okay.
well, we had the East Texas Baptists here for the under-23s just a couple of weeks ago, and there's a couple of them saying that it was their first time out, but their director of sport was said that he's been like on 10 international trips just from working at that school. So heaps of international opportunities. Maddie Scott watches one through high as Sasha Penglace will take advantage of that rare pass ball from Belinda Wire. It was a tough one. It was high in the zone, but Maddie Scott just putting together a good at-bat here as we've got Katie Press joining us. Is it Pressed? We keep saying Pressed.
It is Pressed.
It is. All right.
It is.
And it's not your collegiate name, though, or your maiden name?
No, my maiden name is Holmes.
Holmes, yep.
So I was Katie Holmes growing up.
Katie Holmes, is that right? And you married? Lachlan, you just
Yes.
said. Not Tom, but Lachlan.
Lachlan,
Okay.
yep.
We've got a famous Holmes here that changed her name, don't we, Lee? She'll
We
join
do.
us in commentary for the Gilly Shield. Kylie Weatherstone won a couple of Cath Corals and a few premierships. So,
Yep.
famous South Australian name, Holmes, for softball.
I didn't know that.
But we're very impressed with your name, Katie.
I appreciate the puns.
At least you got it. He didn't.
I'm sure you've never heard him. Was that a Arthur Conan Doyle joke or something like that there with Sherlock Holmes?
No.
Okay, I missed it because I was looking.
you
I
missed
was
it.
looking
Yeah,
at my phone, wondering where Anthony Weatherstone is. Katie, I know you work during the day. You've made the move over to Australia. You've got family as well, but we'd love to have you back on the mic, perhaps even during the Gilly Shield if you get the time. So make sure you let me know your availability. But yeah, you've already said hello to the folks that perhaps be watching you back home. What about the kids? You want to say hi to them? We're breaking all the rules of broadcasting. They're here tonight, are they?
We got Lena up in the stands with Lachlan, and Robert's at home because it's past his bedtime.
All right, well, we've only got you for a couple of minutes, so and you're up to bat soon, right? So in about 3 batters' time. So you get yourself back to the dugout. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And good luck for the rest of the game and the rest of the season with the Rebels.
Thank you.
Lee, I'm just impressed more and more by the Americans. I'm so glad we got them all together in a team to play against the Stars.
And don't they give a lot? You know, when you get them on the commentary, you know, ask them questions, that they come out with the answers like that. There's no, you know, just holding back. Just ask them whatever questions you like.
Do you think I've sold it to any of them? Do you reckon we'll get any of them back as
I hope
commentators?
so.
Oh, me
Let's
too.
hope so.
Me too. Here we go. Let's get back to the action. Here's 2 out here in the top of the 4th. It's the Stars and Stripes versus the SA Stars. Hit by a pitch.
Gee.
So Alicia Peters wears that one.
That would have smarted.
Well, we know how competitive these players are. We got a glimpse of it before. Oh, just a bit of fun there between Walkerfield Club teammates as Peters will walk this one off and up at the hands. Originally I thought it might have been the elbow.
But it looked like it initially.
So hit by a pitch and she just shakes it off. Tough players, softballers, aren't they?
Oh, they certainly are.
Well, the Stars and Stripes have got runners at the corners. It's Penglace who led off the inning with a walk, and here's Alicia Peters and Sophie Roberts just having a little bit of a laugh there. Like to see that, Lee, after something that's serious that might take the enjoyment out of the game. We see a couple of club teammates sharing a laugh. Here's Becky Havas. Made a name for herself this season, didn't she? As Seacombe came back to the competition and had an outstanding pre-season competition in the fully loaded comp. Lee, 2 Grand Slams in the final, where the Nairn Angels, it was the CPC Angels, won their first fully loaded title, their first in 4 tries in the competition. Peters at first. Might have thought that they'd bring someone on for her because they can have a pinch runner because they've got a shallow bench and, you know, potentially get 2 runners in scoring position for the power hitting Becky Havas.
And we're only in the 3rd innings, top of.
4, top of the 4th.
Top of the 4th, correction, I've missed that bit.
It's a good pitch there from Growers.
Taken a while, isn't it? Let's have a look.
Yeah, we're slowly but surely getting through. We're an out away from the middle of the game, but gee, the Stars have got some work ahead of them, haven't they?
Yep.
Trailing the Stars and Stripes 5-2. Good change of pace there from Growers.
First time we've seen it.
Enough to
commit.
Fouls it off.
Becky, yep. That's the beauty of the change-up, James. You know, your hands are out in front. You don't get a chance to bring them back and reset.
Swing and a miss, so a strikeout for Grower to end the threat, and the Stars keep the Stars and Stripes scoreless for a second consecutive inning. It is 2-5 with the Stars. The last chance, they're the home team tonight. Yes, they're in their white. Yes, I've already spoken to Bill Benedictson about them being the home team and wearing white because the SA team's the red team. And we love it when they're in the red uniform, distinctly South Australian in the tricolours. But maybe they're going for the US theme tonight, Lee, with the red, white and blue.
Yep, maybe so.
So 3 strikeouts, a walk and a hit by pitch. It's a very blue column there for those scoring at home, isn't it?
Yeah.
For the third out. Well, Lee, Stars halfway through. We'll see Tonkin come for her second plate appearance, and I'm just looking over to see whether or not we have got any changes coming, because the Stars have got, well, nearly their full complement, just missing Georgia Hood tonight, which means that they've got to get through the rest of their lineup in Trzynski, Benaithan, Chelsea Robinson. Well, we've seen her, she's on the diamond. Sophie Roberts is on the field as well, so Neve Adams is the other. So Seth Trzynski, Haley Benaithan and Neve Adams still to make an appearance here tonight.
Yep. Well, I think this is the innings, the half innings here, where they're going to draw level. In my opinion, they're going to get 3 runs this innings. It's a big call.
Well, they had 8 batters for 2 runs in the second.
A real big call.
Here's Sarah Tonkin. She's used to leading things off for the Falcons as she watches that one through from Kistner for a called strike. Kistner's the last of the Americans we're yet to have join us on the mic. Impressive athletic physique, hasn't she? Ground ball from Tonkin over to Prest for the first out.
Good pitch, wasn't it? All
the American players are in great shape, aren't they? And that's because it's part of their regime and regimen, isn't it? And it was mentioned by one of them as well. It's eat, sleep, live softball when you're in the collegiate system.
Yeah. Give 100% of what you're doing. That's their attitude.
Here's Jordan Harris for her 3rd time. Just look around the diamond and all impressive athletes. But what I was mentioning about Kistner is her presence on the field. She looks tall. She looks intimidating, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
Fires that one in, just asking whether or not that was close, but a ball called.
She's not unlike Joanna Grau with appearance.
Outside. Yeah, it's yeah.
Same determined look on her face.
Not as tall as Jessie Dressick, but
no.
3-0 count here for Harris, low for a ball, and the speedy Harris gets on for the second time. The second innings, it was a fielder's choice, sort of off the end of the bat. It was a tricky one for Kistner, who came running in. She tried to scoop it with the glove, but it was Chillingworth, the wheels of Chillingworth, that beat out the throw. So fielder's choice for Harris, strike out her first time. So a base on balls to round out her 3rd plate appearance. Big lead off as Amber Hood shows Bunn a called strike. There's Harris on screen. Fouls this one off, so she'll go behind the count 0-2. Not a position you see her in often, is it?
No, but she's got out of that position plenty of times before this season, especially in the Premier League. That's because she's such a good player and such a good judge of balls and strikes.
We'll have a look at the shortstop switch here from Maddie Scott, just awaiting Harris to show her speed. She's probably fielding about 3 or 4 steps off second base, so that gap between 3rd and short is just huge at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
We've got the official crowd attendance, Lee, for the game so far. 4,400 people through the gates.
Gee, it's fantastic.
I made that up, but it feels like it. Like the energy around this place is unbelievable at the moment, isn't it?
Fantastic crowd support. Yep. Getting towards the end of the year, isn't it? New Year's Eve, you go out, or you won't be able to now.
Takes off on the pitch. It's a high pitch as well as Harris slides safely. And didn't Golden do well to get a throw off? Because you might see it on the replay. It's a high pitch that sends Hood to the ground.
Yeah.
And then she has to turn to get into a good throw position. And the ponytail nearly got in the way as well.
Yeah. Well, that'll have to go, I think. Pair of scissors.
Hood goes to the right side. Press has got a tough one. She recovers in time. And Hood does the job advancing Harris to third. So we've got a runner in scoring position for the Stars. Let's have a look at the MC replay. And you saw that Press did everything right to stop it. Knocks it down and gets the throw off in time. Reverse angle. Oh, missed the glove, but she had her foot there to back it up. Throws off one knee. Bang, bang play. Great call from umpire Fairley. That was out. Lindy Radigan having a look, but she's got older eyes than I do, so I'll give her a break on that. Definitely out. As Belinda White leaves that one, and Harris doesn't take off on the pitch. So a missed opportunity, Lee.
Yep. I think she would have scored then, wouldn't she, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't go, but maybe she's held up. Bigger fish to fry in a week's time. Called strike on Belinda White, 1-1 count. White pops it up. Havas gets under it and takes a good catch. So denying the Stars in the fourth inning, and the score remains 5-2 on the MC replay. Yeah, she just got under a little, didn't she, Belinda White? Looked like a good swing, but
look
wow,
at the wind look at the wind take the ball.
Started out with a flurry, didn't we? We had all 7 of the game's runs scored in the first 2 innings, and since then both teams have been blanked, and the Stars and Stripes lead this 5-2 after 4 complete innings. Umpire Kevin Tannering just around the place. We saw him setting up for the umpires for Gilly Shield. They get looked after here in South Australia, don't they, the umpires?
Certainly do, and we have quality umpires in South Australia, always have.
Here we go. Here we go. This is the one I've been waiting for. It's she's been a bit of an unknown for the competition, because every time the Hills Heat seem to play on the live stream game, Lee, always seems to be rain out or I'm not on the call, and so Christine Kistner, they call you Noah. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you.
Let's point that straight into there and speak up a little as well.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
That's perfect.
Absolutely
sweet.
perfect. Yeah. Well, so far so good for the Stars and Stripes.
Yeah, it's a fun game so far.
Yeah, and you're going hard as well. You're not holding back, and we can see your American counterpart, Yo Grau, just going through her warm-up pitches as Lee listens in for the changes. We'll get him to let us know. As I think Sarah Tonkins, one of the changes, comes to catch Belinda White over to first, but I'll let you do that, Lee. Noah. Well, firstly, why Noah?
Okay, this has been my childhood nickname because everyone calls me Christina, and when I was little, I told them there's no at the end, so it just stuck with me. Yeah.
There's Noah. Okay, I like it. Well, thank you for helping with that, because it is hard to call someone by their nickname when you don't know why. But you're pitching very well, and you're holding some of the best players that we've got here in South Australia to just 2 runs. So credit to your team.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
coming together well.
Yeah, you know, I think that everyone just wants to have some fun, and I think it's a great honor that you guys got this game set up for us imports. We definitely love the competition. You see us in the dugout cheering, going crazy in there.
We did see you in the dugout. You were dancing, doing that one hop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we caught you. So you have to go back and have a look. Even Brandon showed a replay of it as well. So
Amazing.
and you must have some people watching back home.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I actually got some of my coworkers out here too watching, so it's
Whereabouts
great.
you working?
I'm working for 2K Elevations. It's a marketing company.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
so
and they're here tonight.
Yeah, and some of them are watching the stream too. So I have a great support system back in California. My parents, my friends, and then I got my own like little support group out here too from my job. So I really appreciate it. So shout out to my big support group now out here in Australia.
Amazing, amazing. And tell us, you know, you didn't come to Australia to play for this team, the Stars and Stripes, but here you are. We've brought all the Americans from each of the CMAX Premier League teams together to play. Must be a thrill for you to play for the Stars and Stripes.
Oh, it's great because you know what? Some of these girls travel to Europe, and I will be playing against them too out there in Europe. And so it's just super awesome that you guys thrown us together to come play, because we're probably not going to be able to play in the same uniform again, and I love it. And everyone likes to compete, so I think this is great.
And whereabouts in Europe did you play?
I played in Czech Republic.
Okay, yeah, we had a couple of Czech players come out over the last couple of seasons, and a couple of Dutch players as well. That's where my European team is, the DVH Amstelveen. We won a European Cup in 2014, and we won the club's first national championship in 2010. So I had 5 seasons over there. So I love playing in Europe. So it was, gee, that must have been enjoyable.
Yeah, it was a great. It was a great way to get my feet wet when I first started traveling, and I enjoyed it. So that's why I was like, you know what? Let's keep chasing summer. Let's try out Australia. And so here I am in Southern Australia, out here in Adelaide.
Yeah, I love that. And you reckon you'll come back if you're a traveling softballer?
Oh yeah, if I'm invited back, I will definitely take the opportunity. I love the club. Everyone out here is so nice. I appreciate your guys' hospitality and a little bit of banter that you guys throw around. I love the Australian culture. It's so much fun. I'm making so much friends, and I think everyone else can say the same.
Brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, you can't take too many of us seriously like this guy to your left here.
I'm sure.
Normally you can't shut him up. He's speechless for the first time.
Well, I just tell the truth. That's what it is, Christine. Or Noah.
Crest pops up to second. There's Amber Hoodley. Take us around the diamond. Did you pick up all the changes?
I picked up a couple of changes. Obviously, Belle White's gone from catcher to first. Amber Hood's come from right field to second. Sarah Tolman's gone from left field to catcher, and I don't know who's at third.
That's Neve Adams at third.
Is it? Okay, that's Neve.
She made the announcement earlier today that she signed with Odessa College, so she'll follow in the footsteps of Maddie Scott, who's playing shortstop for you tonight.
Okay.
I was actually, that's so funny that you mentioned that, because we started bringing that up to, like, Maddie and I, we started talking about it. And I actually played in their rival school from 2016 to 2018, Midland College.
Wow. So you're in Texas as well.
Oh, it's a small world. It's crazy.
We had the East Texas Baptist here for the under-23 Nationals just last week. Did you see them play?
No, I did not.
Very impressive, weren't they?
Well, they certainly were.
They played Div 2, but they've been in the top 20 for the last decade of Div 2 softball schools. So
did not lose a game.
No, very impressive.
Amazing.
And lovely people too.
Yeah. Well, we've given all the Americans that have joined us an opportunity to say hi to perhaps their college teammates. Perhaps you can even say hi to anyone who might be watching from Czech Republic or in Europe, family as well. So go for it. We're breaking all the broadcasting rules tonight.
Well, I'm super lucky to have my support group, like I was talking about before. So I just want to say hi to my mom and dad. Thank you for the support, and my friends Eli and Yaya that's out here you're watching. You guys are so great. I'm glad that they come in and check in on me. And then shout out to my girls out in Czech Republic. I miss them. I hope that sometime in Europe I can come and see them again. I appreciate all the support, the families that I have made that's not blood. So
yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? And they're a bad influence as well, the Europeans. The first part of their language that I learned was swear words, so you're probably
easily.
the same things, right?
yeah.
And, you know, you're here till the end of the season.
Yes, sir.
With the Hills Heat, you guys are cruising at the moment. I think you can take another gear and maybe put a challenge out to the top few teams in the comp.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping this little break sets us up. That's a great play.
You've got to get going.
Okay, yeah, I got to go out on the mound.
Yes,
yeah, of course.
Right.
I'll catch you.
All right, Noah going back out to pitch, and we'll get her back just so we can say goodbye to her and wish her well for the remainder of the game. But wow, what a shot from. Was that Lint from the Stars and Stripes? Yeah, let's have a look at the MC
Chelsea
replay.
Robinson.
No, that's Belinda White over at no, it was Robbo, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Chelsea Robinson takes a diving play to her left, and she's pretty happy with that as well.
As you would be.
She had a season out in Europe this year as well, in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up, isn't it, with the with all the guests?
They were terrific, weren't they?
Oh, magnificent.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3 innings. So we were robbed of some time with Noah. So hopefully we do get her back. That was 3 up, 3 down. And no addition to the score for the Stars and Stripes. Now, I know that there's a few comments coming through on where's Anthony tonight. Well, we got an update. The Stars, Red Stars Cafe and Bar 66 are doing a roaring trade here tonight with, we've got basically a capacity crowd here. The Stars and Stripes versus the Stars. It's the late in 2022, the last broadcast, the last softball game of the year. It's been a big year for South Australian softball. So
certainly has, hasn't it? And it's going to get bigger.
No, it can't. This is the last game for 2022.
Well, it's going to get bigger next year.
We're going to start it off with a bang with the Gillies Shield. And if you haven't heard, Lee, 30 games plus 4 finals. I'm going to keep saying it because Spacequake Sports are bringing us all those games. So very special thanks to David, Brandon, the crew. Getting a nod from producer Brandon as he... If you don't know the setup, there's 15 monitors, there's 2 laptops, there's 18 other computers. It's the largest battery I've ever seen in my life as well that powers this whole thing. As Neve Adams comes up to bat for the Stars. She was a first-year player last year. She played 18s, 23s and Opens. And just an impressive young athlete. Just like we said, signed with Odessa, so she's going to follow in her sister's footsteps, go to the college system. Zali's probably watching, so we'll say hi to Zali.
Yes, hi Zali. Hope you're enjoying yourself.
And I hope
you had a wonderful Christmas.
And I hope when she comes back, she puts back on the uniform. It should be a great addition to the Stars team, I reckon. A lot of our college players are impressive, aren't they? We've seen a fair few of them so far this summer, and yeah, really looking forward to having them all return after they finish their educations. Getting a wave there from O'Hara. O'Hara Radigan, just the 7th best BMX rider in the country in her age group. Now a road racer as well. And Glenelg softball player.
Right. It's a full book, isn't it, for somebody so young? How old is she, O'Hara?
Oh, good shot there from Adams. Very reminiscent of the walk-off single she hit against ACT in the Gillies Shield earlier this year.
I thought I'd seen it before, that particular shot.
You know, I think the commentator got a bit exaggerated. Ice in the veins of the teenager was the call as she hit the walk-off single to win in a comeback. There's Millie Fidge, not Millie Fidge, it's Ruby Fidge playing right field for the Stars and Stripes. So it looks like a couple of changes for them. As well as Abby Kennedy may have gone out to centre field, or is that Georgia King still? Doesn't matter.
Both of them are out.
We'll keep going.
King and Penglows are out, so they've just been replaced. by the two people you just said, Kennedy and Fidge.
Well, lead off on board for the Stars with Yo Grauer up to bat. And their chance to put a dent in this 3-run lead that they're chasing down against the Stars and the Stripes. Noah Kistner pitching to Jess Golden. Play against each other in this CMAX Premier League, Hills Heat and Port Magpies. All the clubs, we thank all the clubs for allowing us access to these players as well, because it's their investment. As Grauer gets under this, it goes high out to left field and gets under it to take a catch. A little frustration there from Grauer. She knew it. She missed a good opportunity there as that one pops up to left field, fly 7.
Yeah, she knew it, didn't she, from the time she hit it?
Yeah, let's have a look at the MC replay. So thanks to the clubs. I mean, we've got Seacombe Tigers, Port Magpies, Hills Heat. Who else is out there? Walkerville Cats, Sturt Falcons, Glenelg Rebels. Looks like all the clubs are represented except for maybe West Torrens.
And the 3 ladies of the coaching.
West Torrens, Maddie Scott, there you go.
The 3 ladies of coaching.
Yep, yeah, as well. And Annalee was going to be coaching tonight, but just got the spicy cough, I think. So, so I hope you're doing well, Annalee, and you're coming back. Yeah, we've got 3 of the coaches from the Premier League out there looking after the team. Belinda Stansfield.
Yep, go on.
Lauren Christensen and Nat Brinkworth. So giving up their time just to help out another softball team. So that's what the sport's about, isn't it? It's about community. It's about giving back to your sport, no matter what level you're playing or coaching at, scoring and umpiring. You know, when you get an opportunity like this, it's just too hard to pass up, because it's so fun. It promotes the sport, and we love it, and that's why we love being part of Softball League. You've been a part of it for many a year as Chelsea Robertson gets a base on balls. Yes,
it's great to see, and we're evolving as a sport, you know. And Spacequake, we can't say enough about Spacequake.
7 seasons.
Doing this. 7 seasons. Terrific.
7 seasons. Community TV, Channel 44, who's supported us since day 1. Yep. NITV, televised free nationally. It's on their on-demand app as well.
Yep.
You know, there's only been a couple of games so far this season, so we're working things out with NITV as well. But over 8 million Facebook video views over those 7 seasons. Yep. Award-winning Spacequake sports broadcasting. You know, you name it. This sports promotion of the sport through Spacequake Sports has been unbelievable. Pippa Atkins gets her second hit of the ball game. She hits it up the middle. Neve Adams turns 3 and will score the 3rd run as an overthrow, as Robbo will have to go hard and slides into 3rd. So Pippa Atkins single turns into extra bases on the throw. Neve Adams scores from 2. And over she goes to 3rd base is Chelsea Robertson. Let's have a look at the MC replay. Abby Kennedy did nothing wrong there, maybe except missed the cut, but she was on it, quick, smart, good shot from Atkins up the middle.
Yeah, you can't do much about that defensively. Just well hit.
Always going to score, so it's an RBI earned run for Neve Adams, and the youngsters getting the job done for the Stars.
Well, you asked me earlier on you told me who your favourite players were. Here's my favourite player here, right here and now, batting, Abby Jorgensen. I've seen her play women's baseball for the Southern Districts, whatever they're called. I think she's a real star of the future.
Huge talent in the family as well. James Jorgensen played a season of softball and he was a jet. He's moved over to baseball as well. But
Roger.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right, Lee. Gun player of the future. She drives this right side. It's just going to tail out foul. And the Stars threat, well, there's 1 out, there's 2 runners in scoring position, and you've got to like their chances with Jorgensen Tonkin to come to the plate.
Yeah. Well, she hasn't been on yet, Sarah. It's not going to happen that she won't get on.
There's Chelsea Robinson and Alicia Peters having a chat at 3rd base. Fouls this one off.
But the thing I like most about Abby Jorgensen is her attitude. Nothing seems to faze her. I don't know what her brother's like. You know more about him than me. But, you know, even if she gets struck out, she doesn't drop her bottom lip or anything. She's just going to be a really good player. And even really good players get struck out like she just did. Second out for the Stars. It brings in Sarah Tongan, as you mentioned, James, and she hasn't got on base, hadn't hit the ball out the infield yet.
Well, that's unlike Sarah Tongan, so expect to see this one
up the middle for a run or two.
A third look at Kistner. But there's 2 out with 2 runners on. The Stars have left 2 runners on in the first, 3 runners on in the second, 1 runner on in the third, and 1 runner on in the fourth. So plenty of runners left on base here for the Stars. So they've had their chances. The defense of the Stars and Stripes have been terrific. This one's foul as Alicia Peters tries to run down Chelsea Robinson, and that's no mean feat. She's quick.
The one good hit from Sarah here ties the ball game.
Well, that's what both teams were after, a good match, and you can see that both teams are giving it their all as the Stars just go through their final preparations for Nationals, which start just a few days' time on Monday, the 2nd of January.
There's a good pitching from Christine, just not throwing it hard.
They'll let any troublemaker into the diamonds here.
Yeah. Just wants to get himself on TV, I would have thought.
He shook his head. He denied the microphone opportunity. Tonkin fouls this one off. The Anthony Weatherstone watch. We haven't seen him yet, and that is because he's had the lineup outside the door all night long selling American hot dogs and American beers. So he's just sent a photo of Bar 66 and the Red Stars Cafe.
Stormy, what an absolute trooper. Way in front, Sarah is on all these pitches.
Tonkin battling here, isn't she? She goes down swinging. The Stars leave another 2. I saw the reaction from the defense from the Stars and Stripes. This means a lot to them, Lee.
Well, of course. They all mentioned that, didn't they? When you brought the subject up, it does mean a lot to them. They don't come here to just play a game just for the sake of it.
Let's have a look at the replay. There's our man. Anthony, you've made it on screen. It looks like a break. There's Bar 66 in the Red Star Cafe. How did you get that, Brandon? Producer Brandon just doing the job. Here she is. She's coming back. So Anthony did make it on screen. There he is there. Our man in the bar, Red Star Cafe, Bar 66. They've got their own Facebook page, if you can believe that. I bet you follow the Red Star Cafe and Bar 66 on Facebook.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely can.
Perfect.
Hot dogs and American beers tonight. So you're going to stick around for one after the game?
Oh, yeehaw. You betcha.
Christine Kistner, or Noah, as we found out tonight. There's no R at the end of her name as Steph Trzynski comes to the plate. 4 seasons at Cal University in the Pac-12. Steph Trzynski, and went to 2 Junior Women's Worlds. She had a bronze in her first attempt and debuted for the Aussie Spirit just a couple of years ago, Lee, and gee, isn't she a talent? Back-to-back Cath Coral medals. Cath Coral medals, our MVP in the C-Max Premier League. So here's one of the state's finest coming up. So did you know any South Australian players before you come here to play?
No, I did not actually. And then I actually had a coach that was in Odessa reach out to me when she found out that I was in Adelaide, tell me about Belle White, actually.
Right, Olympian Belinda White, and she's been to 5 Women's World Championships, an Olympic Games, an Olympic qualifier in Beijing, played in Italy, played in the Netherlands, and, you know, she's a Cath Coral medalist herself. And leader of this SA Stars team, and you know what I like about her story, Lee, is that she's played for the Stars since, you know, they were terrible, weren't they? They didn't win they go away, they didn't win a game at Nationals, and she's ridden the wave with them, and a national championship was her just reward earlier in the year. But that's enough about Belinda Watt. We get a chance to talk about her every time she's out there on the field, but Christine Kisner is here, and we didn't get a chance to say goodbye to you, so you came back. And what I've said to every one of the Americans that come and joined us, who's this Abby Kennedy comes to the plate, is we want you to come back on the mic. If you can, you know, I know you're working and, you know, you've got other things going on, but we've got all 30 games of the Gilly Shield being live streamed during the Gilly Shield coming up next week, including the 4 finals as well, so 34 games. So if you've got the time, let us know. We'll put you on the mic because we love hearing from you.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that.
So what's the plans for New Year's? Are the Americans going to get back together again? And I've got a bit of a wry smile here. There's something going on, is there?
I thought that maybe you heard our little secret. We're actually, after this game, we're all going to meet up, and in the morning we're heading out to Melbourne.
Is that right?
Check it out. Yeah, just a little road trip with a couple of our friends.
Down the great, what's the road, Lee? The freeway, the Great Ocean Road.
Oh, the
Yes.
you're going to go on the Ocean Road, your Great Ocean. Terrific scenery.
That's exactly what we're going out for, and
Just concentrate when you drive. That's the main thing.
yeah, no, we have our stops planned out. Everyone wants to take lots of pictures and stuff and make the most of the experience. That's what's so awesome, is that we get to play the sport that we love and get to travel and see all these beautiful things and these beautiful places. I mean, I never in my life would I have thought that I'd see a kangaroo in person or get to hold a koala, you know? So I think it's pretty neat.
And guess what? The kangaroos don't run up and down the main streets here in Adelaide, like a lot of people from the US and other countries think that kangaroos run wild here. They don't.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was actually the first thing that I asked, because you guys have lots of things that are out for you. I asked my coach, I was like, I'm not going to have any visitors that aren't welcomed, right? So she was like, yeah, no worries. I was like, okay, cool.
No guarantees. And Kennedy goes down swinging for the first out. So Steph Trzynski straight to work. And
this is Ruby Fidge, isn't
Ruby
it?
Fidge is also coming for her first plate appearance. And well, Melbourne sounds like a good trip. So that's about a 7-hour drive straight there through the Great Ocean Road. So there's going to be a few stops, like you mentioned. So you know how long the drive's going to be?
It's going to be a long one, I'll tell you that much.
Probably cross a couple of states in America in 10 hours.
Yeah, actually, I could drive from my house down to El Paso, Texas within that time. So.
I remember a 7-hour drive from Amsterdam down to Munich, down the Autobahn. And yeah, we were going about 160, I reckon, and the guy who was doing the driving said, hey, look out the window. Woo, goes this Lamborghini. And if we were doing 160 and they overtook us easy, that Autobahn in Germany, wow. What a sight. But you're right, you love going over. That's what the experience is here for. It is softball, first and foremost. That's why you came here, but, you know, you can't pass up an opportunity to get a look at the Australian culture, what we've got to offer, because it's more than what people think across the world. And I love Australia. I'll always call it home, and it's my favourite place, right here in Adelaide. But Christine Kisner, what about you? What have you seen so far other than Adelaide? Anything else, or is that why the trip's coming up?
That's kind of why we're having the trip, is so that we can go out and explore. I think I've just been focusing on playing ball for the most part. So I haven't seen too much besides the zoos, and the ocean. I think one of the coolest places that we went actually like 2 days before is we went down to Silix Beach in Second Valley, where we were able to jump off some cliffs, and the water is just so beautiful. Like, it's like that baby blue bright color, and then it goes to that dark blue farther out. It's beautiful. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon, but is that not where David Muggleton had to get airlifted out of? Oh
no. That's the story. David Muggleton's the owner-operator of Space Quake Sports, so, you know, we'll rip into him tonight because you probably can't hear us. He's on camera tonight. So how'd you enjoy jumping off the cliff? That must have been a bit of a thrill.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Christine Kistner joining us. Look, we won't keep you. There's 2 outs. you haven't been much luck for the Stars and Stripes so far, but we really appreciate your time. You come for 2 innings, which is magnificent. We'll let you just say goodbye to anyone who might be watching, or you can just coolly just drop the mic and head back and keep the Stars at bay. You've kept them to just the 3 runs so far, so you're pretty happy with your performance. These are the best players we've got.
Yeah, and honestly, like, for not, I'm going to be honest, like, we didn't practice much, or I haven't thrown a ball for a little bit. Kind of went on vacation time, and then I was like, all right, it's go time now. So I'm pretty happy with how I'm throwing right now for the most part. Missing some calls, but I think that's just a part of the game too. Nothing out of the ordinary from our league games, like playing with Hills Heat and stuff. So it's just, I mean, this is about having fun, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. So are the other Americans, but I'm not going to stay here too long. I just want to say hi and bye to my mom and dad. Thank you to my co-workers that came out and the ones that are watching over the stream. Shout out to y'all. Thank you. And also goodbye to my friends, Yaya and Eli. Thank you so much for being such an amazing support group. And that's all I got.
Thanks.
So thank you, everyone.
Thanks so much, Noah.
Thank you
for joining us. Unbelievable, and great little shout out as well. So thank you. Thanks for your time.
I appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go now.
Well, there you have it. The final, the 6th of our Americans playing for the Stars and Stripes tonight, is Steph Drzezinski just hits that landing spot hard at the edge of the circle, Lee. So she's up. Hopefully she's all right. The Stars have come over to check up on her, and let's have a look at the MC replay.
Oh, gee. No, I don't think I've seen that before. Certainly not with Steph.
Well, she kicks that foot out, and it's the 4th pitcher we've seen tonight, so they've all got footholds out there.
Yep.
Here's Maddie Scott up to bat as Jess Golden reached for the 3rd time tonight on a base on balls. There's 2 out. No problems on the land there for Drzezinski, but the ball just misses the zone. The breeze has picked up a little, so you can see the dust coming off the top of the playing surface as well.
From the left field, I'll be playing near the line here for this girl.
Well, she's already got a triple that went down the left field line.
Yep.
Which was an RBI. Scored the first run of the ball game, and then Maddie scored on the Katie Prest hit that went down the left field line, and 3 runs plated in the first, and Stars and Stripes have led from the 2nd batter of the game.
Go to woe.
Looks like Kennedy's back on as a pinch runner for Jess Golden. Haley Benithan's made her way out to the field. Pippa Atkins at right. Ground ball to 2. Amber Hood waits back and comfortably makes the play over to Belinda White for out number 3. Let's have a look at the MC replay. Well, 3 in the first, 2 in the seconds, and then 4 scoreless innings, Lee. And the Stars and Stripes still lead it, though. As we go into the bottom of the 6th, so the Stars...
Only 2 runs in it?
Yeah, 2 runs in it. They scored 2 in the 2nd, they scored 1 in the 5th, and now they're going to go through the 4th time in their lineup, and Christine Kistner is going to go around again. The Stars have got 6 out to put 2 on and hold off the Stars and Stripes. We can see Haley Benithan coming to the plate for her first plate appearance, and gee, wasn't she impressive at the 23. She had a long ball, she had a home run, and then for Walkerville.
Yeah, found herself leading as lead-off for the 23s. Did a terrific job.
And
powerful.
Then a couple of days later,
yep,
she fronted up for Walkerville. She put 1 out as well.
Centre field, yep.
Well, she went 2 hits for that night, and gee, unbelievable, isn't she? Hayley Benoithen, terrific person as well, was the winner of the Rue Weaver Volunteer of the Year Award. Do you know anyone else has won that one?
Have you?
Modesty prevents you from...
Yeah.
Okay.
As
I
it
think you were
always
the
does.
inaugural winner, weren't you? Jackie Crafter might have won it as well, yeah.
I think there was people before me.
Yeah, Hayley Benoithen won it. And for a young person to be acknowledged as a Volunteer of the Year just shows you the character of the person, huh?
Yeah, that's a lovely girl.
I'd tell you the college she plays for, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Lafayette?
It's something like that. It's in Kansas, I believe, where the Wizard of Oz was made.
Well, timeout called, so Noah and Jess can have a bit of a chat. They want to swap balls. There's no runners on, so it's no disadvantage to anyone, I think, for that timeout or the change. And Hayley Benoithen with a 3-0 count. So if it doesn't work the first 3 times, Lee, you change the ball, right? Ball 4, and Hayley Benoithen sees 4 pitches.
It's a bit like doing up your shoelaces on your left shoe first every time, because that makes you hit the ball. No, don't start me on that, mate.
We've seen
You haven't got any superstitions, have you, when you play? No, just get out and belt the ball.
a little bit more complicated than that, but...
It wasn't for you.
Oh, you know, you got to watch the pitch. You got to...
Watch it sail over the fence.
Let's keep it simple, huh? Amber Hood up to bat. Interested to see what the changes might be, because we saw Steph Drzezinski come in to pitch. Yo Grau's the DP, so I wonder if that substitution was for Peterson or if it was for Grau, because Drzezinski can hit the ball. We'll soon see. I can see the Stars dugout from here, but not very well. I could see someone rolling over. Is that Lana Kaiser? Oh, she's just messing around, I think.
Yeah. I'll be going hit and run here, I reckon.
Well, 6 balls in a row. Well,
that's why I would have been going hit and run.
Just blast it in there.
But you get a flat pitch. It had a bit of height to it. That would have gone.
I just got someone over my shoulder with a pocket radar. That one came in at 108. She's quick, isn't she?
Yep.
Kistner.
Well, that's deceptive. I didn't think. Trailing wind, though, isn't it? There's a breeze behind, I think.
Well,
it's hard to tell.
It
here,
looks like does look like it's coming in fast. But these Stars players have been up for the challenge, haven't they, so far? They've been a few walks, few hits. They've left a lot of base runners on as well, but Kistner just looks like she's going about her work, isn't she? She's good warm-up for the Gillies Shield, as that one is slowed down a little bit, and back-to-back walks. So we're 6 inning in. It's the 4th time through the order. 3 walks for Amber Hood on the night, and Belinda White comes to the plate with 2 runners on and none out. If they're going to score, it's this inning.
Maybe Noah's just getting a bit tired.
Well, they've got Carissa McBurney, who can pitch. Ruby Fidge has been pitching for Sturt this season, so they've got a couple of backups. Geez, it would have been handy to have another one though, wouldn't it?
Yep.
White, dead ball, fouls that into the foot. It would have been handy to have another commentator, but Anthony Weatherstone at Bar 66 in the Red Star Cafe.
Hot dogs.
A roaring business.
American hot dogs, American beer.
Well, double play attempt as that one brands Hayley Benoithen, stops the ball dead. I think she was hitting the backsiders. Hope she's okay. So, yeah, a bit of a smile and a laugh Justina Adams, the assistant coach of the Stars, checks in. Let's have a look at the strikeout of Belinda White and then look at Golden right on it there.
Yeah. When she throws at Golden, it'll hurt if it hits you. Everybody's laughing, including Hayley. I'm not quite sure whether that's a genuine laugh. Yeah, I'm fine, she says.
Thumbs up.
I won't be able to sit down for a week, but I'm fine. Well, the strike, I was saying she was looking like she was tired. She strikes a player of Belle White's quality out. Tells me she's not that tired.
Neve Adams comes to the plate. She led off the 5th with a single to right field and scored on Pippa Adkins. Shot up the middle. Strike called right at the bottom of the zone. Gee, the Stars and Stripes players are really on tonight, aren't they? They're switched on. You saw Kistner just then on the throw back, just making sure that that runner at 2 is not too far off. Great promotion tonight, isn't it, of this great game. The talent on display from the CMAX Premier League, the SA Stars, as Adams fouls that one off, and we've got you know, just a competition, competitive matchup going on, and you know what it is, it's a great little hit out for the SA Stars as they go on to face 5 other states for the Gillies Shield in just a few days' time, and we're bringing you all those games right here on Spacequake Sports. But not only that, all the states are going to get behind us and support the promotion of the broadcast as well. So we're going to ask some of the players to do a bit of a promo shoot. I hope I'm not giving too much away, but thanks so much to each of the states for getting behind that. Swing and a miss for Adams, so 2 outs with 2 on, so 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. So Kistner has just come straight back into it, and finally we've been able to drag him away from the bar. It's a roaring trade tonight at Bar 66 in the Red Stars Cafe. Anthony Weatherstone joins us on the mic.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Lee. Thanks, everybody. All the people that are trying to stay warm.
Trzynski does come to the batter's box. She gets after it, hits it deep out to the right side, but it just goes foul. I was looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, look, you're going to be disappointed because, you know, all the other guests that we've had tonight, Golden and Peters and Press and Kistner and
so you've had legitimate legends, and then you've got me. Sorry about that, everybody.
And Link as well. No, it's a good trade. Great idea. American night at Bar 66 in the Red Stars.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's been great to see so many people down here, and a lot of people that we don't normally see come down and watch some quality softball, because this looks like a bit of an epic. We've got it running on the TVs in there because for a few of our patrons, it's a touch cold down at West Beach. I don't know if they watch a lot of our games live, and they've come down, which has been awesome to see. And yes, it's been a great trade, but wouldn't be.
Well, unlike you in the shorts and t-shirt, I know the West Beach weather, and I'm in the trackies. I've got the Stars hoodie on, and I've got the Velo vest on.
Yeah. No, but look, it's been to everybody that came down, that saw the Facebook post, that sort of thought that tonight would be a great night to come down and watch some. I mean, it's just been awesome, and we hope they've had a great time.
Well, how's the base running from Hayley Benithan? She steals on that pitch, and Steph Trzynski goes to a 2-2 count. Well, that's heads up base running there from Benithan to put a bit of a different look and bit of defensive pressure on the Stars and Stripes, who have been on song tonight, low for a ball, and we'll go to a full count. So runner at 1 is Amber Hood. She'll be on the move. Here's the Stars' opportunity. They've left nearly 8 or 9 runners on base so far. So
like that.
And they are trailing 3-5. Trzynski with a base on balls.
Well, the good thing is, if you're going to have a competitive hit out like this and get those last minute kinks out, you might as well do it on the Thursday before the national starts. So this is a great concept. I mean, when you look down the list of players that are on the Stars and Stripes, I mean, Kistner's been lights out for the Hills in the middle. The 2 Glenelg pickups in McBurney and Prest have both been, you know, rock solid. Golden, far out. Golden looks like she could be playing anywhere. And every time Alicia Peters goes to the bat, you think that she's going to put it over.
Yep.
And Lynn has just brought a defensive soundness to Seacombe that's just changed their entire game. So they're all legit. So it's been great to see them on show tonight.
It's been amazing, and they've all given up their time to come and say hi as well. They've I broke the broadcasting rules so they could say hi to some folks watching back home
good.
as well.
And so they,
it's an exhibition game. We can have some fun with it, but gee,
I
next
saw-
week though we are right on it. We'll be professional down to the inning.
I've
and
been saving my voice just for next week.
well, that's what I said to Lee. Me and Lee had a plan that we'd all share the play-by-play. You're not here. My throat's a little bit hoarse. I might get you to call the rest of this inning.
Yeah, but the thing you don't realise is that I'm not wearing my glasses, James, so I can't literally see past the fence. When I say literally, like it is, there's people out there, they're moving, but no, it's all good. You've been doing a great job, both of you. We've been
Chelsea
listening.
Robinson up to bat. Fouls this one off.
So what I want to ask you guys, so what are we liking about what we've seen out of the Stars tonight? Who's the standout so far? Who's been exciting?
Amber Hood, 3 walks. Now, that's not exciting, but that is disciplined hitting. We've come to see that. Pippa Atkins has had 2 hits tonight. Neve Adams, a single as well. So Taylor Chillingworth hit a double. It's the younger brigade getting the job done for the Stars tonight, which... well, you know, I don't want to give anything away because, you know, I'm pretty much behind the Stars when it comes to the Gilly Shield.
Really?
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
But the big guns haven't fired yet.
Okay.
That's what's exciting me tonight, is that the young Stars are coming through.
Okay.
Lee?
Interesting innings this innings, isn't it? 3 base on balls, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah.
There's a mix for you.
In the 6th, no less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has Kistner gone the distance?
Yep.
Or- She's gone the distance. Wow. That's an impressive thing to keep the Stars to 3 in 6 innings. That's and who's been-
Struck belly out in this innings.
Yeah, right.
9 left on so far, and it's loaded bases here in the 6th for the Stars, so they're getting plenty of
10.
base runners.
That's gonna
This is going to score a couple. It's going to tie up the game.
Oh.
Trzynski trips at 2, so there's a play. The second time that she's hit the dirt, but let's go back to Chelsea Robinson with 2 RBI single with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th to tie the game at 5.
Yeah, right. That's awesome. I mean, she didn't get all of that too. Like, you know, that's the great shot for what it was. But we've all seen Chelsea hit the ball much longer and harder than that. So, but she'll take that every day of the week. So
It's a game of softball, isn't it? Just hit like that, scores a run. Line drive, you get out.
Here's Pippa Atkins, 2 for 2 for the night. She's scored a run herself. She's got an RBI. She's played first, she's played outfield. So this utility
only left-hander.
is very impressive for the Stars. Went to a junior women's worlds.
She plays up in Queensland, right? In the club competition up there, yeah.
Yep, she sure does.
They look good on paper. Queensland,
Queensland,
yeah. Spoke to New South Wales today. They sound really good. So
7 Olympians in their lineup, including Stacey Porter, Gabby Plain, Kaya Parnaby.
what I really
Rachel Black,
McManus.
What I really
Stacey
liked about
McManus, Michelle Cox.
talking about with KP today was the fact that there's a confidence and a calmness there that she's been able to assemble a really interesting squad. They've got 6 rookies in that team. Gabby Plain?
Yeah,
Rookie.
mention. Yes, I not say that? I said that in a group chat. Who was it? Was it to you?
Yeah, I dismissed it.
Yeah, right. It's her first Gilly
Yeah, I
Shield.
know. She's been every time she's been away. It's never. So this is Gabby Plain's first, and she is a legitimate superstar.
Yeah, she is.
So you know, it's going to be next week is just going to be so good. Like
Well,
best in the country.
she goes down looking for another strikeout for Kistner. The game is tied as we go into the 7th. Well, I said the game's going to go 7. What do we do if it's tied? Do we call it a draw?
Well, I've promised the teams dinner after this, so yeah. Like I suppose I can only keep it going so long. No. Yeah, so it was really good. You know, when you especially talk about, you know, the goats coming back, playing, and then you pick up Parnaby as well. You know,
and you've already got Titsakronis, you know.
yeah, you've got Titsakronis is already a genuine. I mean, like, her last tournament was outstanding, so there's a lot to like, and just the hunger too. You know, like, they're not going to be happy losing 6-5 in a 3-hour epic, regardless if it's at home or away. But talking to Coach Porter today, I definitely. Yeah, I thought New South Wales on paper looked good, but listening to her talk today, I'm bought in. They are legitimately in the hunt in a big way. So
7 strikeouts for Kisner so far on the night, which is impressive in itself, seeing as that these are the best players in South Australia that she's facing. You've got to be kidding me. In the hunt, they've got to be red-hot favourites.
No,
the Fire Stars.
No. And she was perfectly, and she's right in saying it to me. They ain't no champions. Champions at home. How could you pick against the champions at home when they pick up Hood, when they pick up Trzynski, when they get Benaithan back? I mean, like, how can you pick against them in that regard? And Harris, of course. You know, like, how did I not go with that name first? Can you take your hand away from the back of my head, James?
I will genuinely, seriously say that you've got to be kidding me that they are not red hot favourites. They've brought in 4 Olympians. Now they've got 7 Olympians in their lineup. Yeah, but they've won 4 of the last 5 and 27 of the last 35 or whatever it is. Something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, but the Stars they're playing a lot together. You know, a lot of these the team that she's assembled.
Not buying it.
No, well,
there you go.
Let's find out Friday.
I absolutely Friday, Monday. I absolutely.
But the finals
tomorrow's Friday.
So
right.
I'm already thinking of the finals next Friday. How good's it going to be?
Got a few days to get through. Look, I'm sure New South Wales are probably watching. Look, maximum respect to New South Wales softball. They have been giants at this sport.
Well, Queensland too. You know, like listening to Eric talk about Queensland yesterday. How could you not buy into listening to the program upgrades that they've done in the way that they've been able to tweak that squad? And that we haven't even got to Victoria yet, who finished 4th last year and came with a bullet. And you've got ACT with the Australian captain.
3rd last year.
Sorry, 3rd. You've got the Australian captain leading the charge at the ACT, WA. I mean, look, it's going to be huge. So the Gillies, if you're not watching it on TV, get down here and check it out live.
WA, I spoke with their assistant coach, Josh Kavanagh. They're bringing over 2 Americans who are just absolute brilliant humans by the sounds of things. They're giving back to the program back in the WA, and that's what awesome. They're trying to do in WA, and that is to bring Western Australian softball back up to the top.
Oh, good pitch, sir.
Trzynski has...
she fell over once before.
She's hitting the landing spot hard, so she goes out a little more to her left than some of the other pitches, and you can have a look on this replay in.
Oh, ow.
So she's done that multiple times now. So we do hope that she's okay, and I think that the Stars would be well within their rights to perhaps take her out if it's risking any more injury. She says she's okay.
Oh, Steph knows. She'll know herself if she's good to go or not. So 5 all in the 7th. Yeah, good luck taking a picture out.
Well,
I took my wife out of one of those grand finals like that. Never.
Wow. I've never heard that story. I was just going to say it's best on best here as Alicia Peters drives that one out to left field.
I've been saying this before. Like I said, you know, like every time you watch Alicia Peters bat, you think that she's going to put that ball over left field fence. She's just that type of hitter. She's just awesome to watch.
Second hit of the night.
The first one was probably the best hit
of the night. Yeah,
of the night. Yeah, it was a cracking shot.
Well, I'm only running the live feed inside off my phone to the TV, so it's not 1080p 4K in there.
Vicky Harris comes to the plate.
How's she gone tonight?
3 strikeouts, but she's got the biggest crowd contingent tonight.
She had a good 23s, I thought, for a young player in a like primarily a hitting role. Like at Seacombe, she's obviously asked to do an awful amount of work, but you know, she's got a massive bright future. I think you'll see her in a different colour uniform in not too far away.
tries the bunt because that runner on first is the go-ahead run as we are in the top of the 7th. Alicia Peters led off the inning with a single. It was the first hit off Trzynski and the first hit for the Stars and Stripes since the 3rd inning. And by then they'd piled on 7 hits, scoring 5 runs.
Well, as I said in the post, best game of softball currently being played in Australia right now. It's here at West Beach live on Spacequake Sports. So how good is that?
It's so impressive to see these athletes go toe-to-toe. And we spoke with all of the Americans, and each of them, it means so much to them to play for the Stars and Stripes. The first time they get to play in a game like this with countrymen as teammates.
I'd still go short. I'd go short here for sure.
It's the first time Lee's put in a call like that tonight because we've been letting them go about it, haven't we, Lee? It's been brilliant to watch, but now the game's on the line, and exhibition or not, these girls are here to play.
Well, it's a tough gig for the Stars because obviously they're trying to test and make sure that what they're doing is right, but the Stars and Stripes come in and just watch this pitch. Oh, Becky. She normally turns on that in the C-Max Premier League and hoists that over left field. But that's what happens when you're in a game such as this. There's pressure. But the Stars and Stripes come in. There's nothing like, obviously there's some pride in it for sure, but they can play super aggressive and not have to worry about a game next week or if they're going to be, that's
a good point.
So for the Stars and Stripes, they're always going to have an advantage in a game such as this, but
McBurney shapes to bunt. They're trying to move Peters away from first.
How many times has McBurney bunted in the C-Max Premier League?
0.0, I think.
It's the first time I've seen her do it.
Well, the game's on the line.
Becky should have done it because this girl can run, Peters.
Absolutely.
She stole a base earlier on the night. Off Bella, Bell was catching.
Well, you're only chasing one here, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're not. Where are the Stars in their lineup coming through?
Well, they've made a few changes, but they're at 8 in the order. Jorgensen is still at centre field.
So they're still going to come back to the top of their line when it matters. So.
Well, Jorgensen, they could almost play it as a tiebreaker. The only thing is that they don't have a runner on. Jorgensen can play small ball. Sarah Tompkins then second up. She can play small ball if required, or line drive them to the fence before we see Hayley Benithan, who's due up third.
But if you've got McBurney as a power hitter who's now behind in the can anyway, you've just got to let her bat, just let her do her thing, find a good pitch and go with. You've still got press to come. So
great change of pace there from Trzynski.
For Trzynski to get out 2 Ks like that in the 7th.
Lee, how's the tone of the call gone since Anthony's been here? It's all business now.
Oh, sorry, what am I doing wrong?
No, I never said it was wrong. It's because the game calls for it. We were blown away by how well the Stars and Stripes started. The Stars have then come back, fought back, and it's now a tied game. We are at the business end of the game. I love it.
Oh, right. I've come into close.
Well, this game's had everything now.
Well, I've just, look, the longer I'm here, the less time I'm inside making hot dogs and pulling beers. I mean,
And making cups of tea, which I didn't see you come with.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Lee. We've got a problem. We didn't buy any milk. Because we thought America, we didn't think they drunk America coffee.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She went off pace with that one in a big way.
With Starbucks.
I tell you what, if we had bought milk tonight and had the coffee machine on, we could have probably shut this place down early and retired on the
profits.
The amount of people that I can't believe we overlooked it, but everybody seems to have liked the hot dogs, and even the
Budweiser's okay. Katie Press is the batter in the box, and she fouls this one. She stays alive in the count. She's behind 0-2. Sarah Tonkin came over for a chat, I thought, as she returns the foul ball. Katie Prest came in to join us for the commentary. There was a post that said that her brother's watching.
Awesome.
There you go. So
shout out to Big Bro.
All their families will be watching. Each of them suggested so, and we found out why Christine Kistner is called Noah. This one's in the dirt. No, fouled off. Christine is called Noah.
I keep on saying, what is that? I don't understand
because
why.
when people would call her Christina, she would say there's no at the end of her name.
No way. I've been trying to figure that out and have not been able to get my head around it at all.
We didn't.
Wow.
That's clever.
And it's been her name since nickname since she was a
tonight's
kid.
worth it now. I can stop trying to figure that out.
It won't be worth it if she remains at first when this batter gets out like that.
Strikeout,
I'll tell you what.
swinging. Steph Trzynski gives up a single, a rifle of a shot from Peters to lead off the inning, and then she's gone KKK for 14 strikeouts collectively for the Stars tonight.
Yeah, but the important thing is there that she struck out power hitter from Seacon and Habas, power hitter from Glenelg, McBurney, and Prest, who's just an all-round gun.
Well, Prest has had 2 RBIs tonight with a great single and help with the Stars and Stripes lead. Let's have a look at the MC replay.
Well, the thing that you take out of this is that you've got to look at, like, Sarah Tonkin didn't catch much for the Stars. But one thing that she does really well with her Sturt pitching staff is obviously what she gets out of the pitches that she's got there, be it Millie from last year, Ruby from this year. But if she's getting that type of stuff out of Steph Trzynski on a night like this against the lineup, that's a huge advantage. So, and the Stars and Stripes have made a change. It looks like that doesn't look like Kistner to me in the middle.
No, it's Carissa.
So McBurney's come into the middle, and so Kistner's what swap places have they?
Yeah, right. She's gone to first. Isn't that her at first?
Alrighty.
Christine with no A.
No A.
No A. That's good. I wish I'd have thought
that's
of that.
That's very good. Well, this will be interesting because McBurney's, like, I suppose when you consider her club ball with Glenelg, one thing that she's not had a lot of, in honesty, is run support. So she's rarely been able to pitch a tight game or with an active lead. Here she comes in the 7th, basically to shut out 8-9-1 for SA, considering you're going to come back through the top, which means that you're going to probably cop, so you're going to cop Harris, Hood, White, Kaiser again.
Yeah.
So this will be very, very interesting. Jorgensen, who through the trials and through club ball so far this season has been super impressive. It's hard to underestimate the fact that she's so young.
Yeah.
Obviously you take Maddie Cameron out of a lineup, you take a legitimate jet out of your team. They're big shoes to fill.
Well, earlier on, James said the Hood girls are his favourite players, and he asked me for mine. This is my favourite player.
Yeah, right.
I think she's got such a big future in front of her.
Yep.
She can play now, and obviously she's made the Stars team, at a young age.
Yep.
Her attitude is the thing I love about her.
Yeah, Amber Hood's my favourite. She's a great human being who's just everything you sort of want out of a softballer. She just plays every position, and you're going to get a contest every time she steps out there, and that's what you got to love about her. So, but this will be interesting. Jorgensen's got to work hard, work through the count to find a pitch, get herself on, be it by hit or by walk. She's doing a good job. She's done a great job. Yeah. She's done it.
Base on balls for Jorgensen, and Stars have left 11 on base. Winning run is on third. Is on first. They've done it the hard way, haven't they, the Stars? They gave up 3-run lead in the first, then they gave up another 2 to go to a 5-run deficit. Then they started clawing them back. They got 2 themselves in the second and 1 in the 5th, and then 2 in the 6th to tie it up 5-all.
Well, here's the interesting. We're going to get a look at Coach Benedictson, how he's going to approach this. Is it a short game against an infield that wouldn't have played a lot together, but individually are all superstars? Are they going to play short? Yes, no, he's checking it out.
I wouldn't be running on this girl's arm.
Oh, no. That's why you've got to have a look, for sure.
Who's Sarah hasn't been on base.
I can't see who's on deck. Who's on deck?
Top of the lineup.
Top of the lineup.
It's a replacement, so it's Hayley Benithan.
Yeah.
Bunt is put down, and Peters comes up firing. It just comes off the glove of Prest at second. Good backup from the right fielder. 2 runners in scoring position now for the Stars. The second runner doesn't matter, so we may see your intentional base on balls. I didn't think we'd see it in an exhibition game, but the intentional base on balls will put the force on because that runner
But
does not matter.
see what happens in the game of softball. You put the ball on the deck, you never know what might happen.
Is that Amber Hood on deck still?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the hardest part about walking
putting her
Hayley
on.
here on is the fact that Hayley on the up, she's been hitting the ball really well, but McBurney does push the ball up. So
but at least the outfield, look at centre field and right field coming in close now. Got to catch this ball.
Yeah.
Game shot otherwise.
This is pick your poison.
Yeah.
There's no real good way out of it.
The catcher, Jess Golden, tries to take one of the runs away in Abby Jorgensen, who gets a lead off. I wouldn't have thought it was big enough to try a pick off, but we haven't seen one tonight, so it's a surprise attempt.
I think that was more about just making sure she understood to be there.
But how many times have you seen that? I've seen Bell do it in the local competition. Throw the ball at third, winning run, walks home.
Yeah.
You know, hits the runner.
I wouldn't imagine that McBurney be throwing another strike here. She'd be just trying to make sure that she tries to get Benaithan on a bad pitch. And she doesn't have to.
Benaithan on a bad pitch.
Yeah, right.
Wasn't too bad because it struck her out, and that is the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning. The winning run on third. There's runners on 2 and 3. Amber Hood up to bat, who's had 3 walks tonight. The second walk produced an RBI.
Yeah. I don't know too many players better than Amber who've got an eye for their own zone. Like if she legitimately gets rung up, it's normally a questionable call because she knows her zone better than most.
And Bell's next.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you can't walk Bell. You can't walk to get to Bell. You've got to attack now. So it just shows you how costly the spilt ball at first has become. So.
Yeah, it's...
and that's what she does so well.
That's the ball game. Amber Hood brings in that winning run.
And that's
Sarah
going to be
Tonkin goes across the plate, but it doesn't matter. The Stars win 7-6.
I better run inside.
Yeah, you run inside and get those hot dogs ready.
Thanks for everything, and I'll look forward to seeing everybody next week.
That's right. We'll see Anthony at the Gilly Shield next week. The Stars beat the Stars and Stripes. Lee, what a great game it was. Good on both teams for making themselves available. Also the umpires and the team at Spacequake Sports just doing some fine tuning before we see all 34 games of the 75th Gilly Shield next week. Lee, any closing comments?
No, it was a terrific game to be involved with, James, and as you said, I can only reiterate what you say about the Gilly Shield. It's going to be fantastic.
All right, thanks for coming out and calling the game with us, Lee. We'll see you next week at the Gilly Shield, and producer Brandon, you can switch it off. That is all for us tonight. The Stars beat the Stars and Stripes in a classic Spacequake Sportscast. Thanks for joining us.